2019 Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports is presented by Courtney Home Inspections. For all of your home inspection needs, choose Courtney Home Inspections. Visit them online at CourtneyHomeInspection.com. Broadcast also made possible in part by the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Mahan Roofing, Georgetown Jewelry, and Minuteman Press of Georgetown. Thank you for your generous support of Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports.
Pleasant good afternoon, friends, and welcome to another edition of Georgetown Eagle Baseball live tonight on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. I'm Rob Hipp alongside my good friend and new addition here to SHN for tonight, Mr. Dennis Allman. Tonight we are in Hutto, Texas, as the Georgetown Eagles face the Hutto Hippos. Georgetown entering tonight's game a perfect 10-0 here in District 18-5A, 26-2-1 overall. Hutto at 7-1. They're 18-8 overall. Tonight, Dennis, if Georgetown wins, they'll take the 18-5A district crown. We are set for a good one on a windy night here in Hutto, my friend.
We are, Rob, and I tell you what, this is a night all across the district that games are important. Hutto needs a victory tonight in order to, as you just said, not fall out of the shot at the championship. Georgetown can win it. Most importantly, though, they've got Elgin right on their heels. They lost an early contest to Elgin. They cannot lose. If they lose both of these and Elgin wins both theirs tonight, Hutto flips all the way to third. So an interesting district tonight, and the way things shape up. So I'm looking forward to a good ball game. I'm looking forward to a good series. Being Easter weekend, we get them back Thursday. So it's a Tuesday-Thursday, right quick turnaround here, and then back at our park Thursday night. Looking forward to an awfully good series. Hutto needs a win. Georgetown is looking to put the championship in the books.
Well, starting lineups are being called out to the field right now. We are about to get started here in about 4 minutes or so. Again, live tonight from Hutto, Texas, here on the campus of Hutto High School for the Hutto Hippos. Of course, we talked about earlier, this is an important game for them as well as they try to keep things alive here in their season. Georgetown, this game and the next game, and then we're done. We'll play as far as district goes, and then we move into that postseason run. Georgetown poised to make a good postseason run, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves tonight.
Well, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but we do want to talk about it a little bit as the season progresses because, as you know, Georgetown coming off of a tremendous run through the playoffs last year, falling just short of getting into the region finals, and a tremendous series with Kingwood Park. They are anxious to get back on the road to the playoffs. This is important, but you got to know their sights are ready to get back into the playoffs and get things going.
Well, for Georgetown Eagles, of course, under head coach Adam Foster, his 7th year as the head coach, 151 career wins. The assistant coaches Dusty Brindley and Jordan Vieira. 2018, Georgetown went 32-11 and won 14-0 district champions. Again, as you just said, Dennis, they made it all the way to the regional semifinals. For the Hutto Hippos, the home team tonight, as we will play this team on Thursday night because of Good Friday on Saturday, back at home in Georgetown under head coach Joshua Colvin. His 2nd year as the head coach, 22 career wins. He is having a phenomenal season in his 2nd year here at Hutto. Assistant coaches Jay Elmore, Muriel Hamilton, Ed Vogelpool, and Pete Schmidt. In 2018, Hutto 16-14-1. They were 9-7. They did not make the playoffs. Their returning starters Gage Bame, Tyler Kelly, Ricky Graham, Luke Bannister, and Kyler Curlin. And it would be wrong of us not to say this. Boy, we came off of the best game that we have ever seen here on SHN Sports. And, Dennis, I know you've probably seen a few of them throughout your storied career with the Georgetown school system and also just all over with other broadcasting as well. But, man, We talk about the perfect game from the pitching of Grant Wood.
Yep.
And then on top of that, the night before on Tuesday, or a couple of nights before, you had Jack Brindley throw a no-hitter. And then on Saturday, man, this was a Georgetown Eagle week. Then on Saturday, they took on the number 2 team in the state of Texas. And that's what happened as they took on the number 2 team. And we'll send it over for the national anthem.
Yep.
Just some tremendous singing there, and sorry about that as we were deep in discussion, but beautiful singing tonight of the national anthem by the children here at Hutto High School. And, of course, those aren't high schoolers. They're from the local schools here, and what a beautiful job those young ones just did then, Dennis.
Absolutely. Great job. Great job. So we're just about, folks, ready to get underway here.
So as we go back and we talk about Saturday, talking about the great week that Georgetown had. They get the no-hitter off the pitching of Jack Brindley on Tuesday night. Then on Friday night on the road at Cedar Creek, it was Grant Wood throwing the perfect game. And then on Saturday, playing the number 2 team in Division 6A, Lake Travis, on their home field there in Travis County, Georgetown victorious. It was a great week for the Eagles.
You'd have to certainly say so. At 26-2-1. Georgetown, number 1 in Texas high school baseball right now. The number 1 team in the state in 5A is playing not only like it, but taking on the likes of 6A Lake Travis and coming away with a victory. These kids are playing with a lot of confidence, and confidence breeds momentum. Momentum breeds wins, and that's what they've been doing.
Well, of course, for Hutto, they will be on the defensive side of things first. Georgetown will start the top of the innings. The leading off for Georgetown will be the third baseman, number 7, Jeffrey David, followed by the center fielder, number 13, Wyatt Childress. Third in the order, the shortstop, number 5, Cole Posey. At 4, 5, and 6, the left fielder, number 10, Ty Tilson. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 12, Action Jackson Seosin. In that 6th order, the right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson. And then to round out the bottom 3 in the 7th spot, the designated hitter, number 6, Wesley Dixon. The second baseman, number 9, Grant Wood. And then last, but certainly not least, the catcher, Jack Hellman. That is your starting lineups for Georgetown tonight. And Dennis, once we move into the bottom of the second, I'll let you go over those Hutto starting lineups.
All right, no problem at all. A windy night here as the wind is blowing in, so it will make it difficult on fly balls. Balls that are up in the air will hold. The outfield for Hutto is playing pretty much straight away right now, Rob, but not deep at all.
Nathan Hyde up here tonight helping us, and Mickey Holden on camera. We're going to have a good one, Dennis.
I believe so. First pitch to you is on the way.
Rimbush on the mound, the right-handed delivery. This one low and in the dirt for an early ball here. The early count, 1-0 to start things on a beautiful, overcast and cloudy Tuesday night. I said beautiful. It's still beautiful, man.
It's a beautiful night, just a little bit windy. Flag straight away. I mean, it's blowing almost straight away in center field. Second
delivery, this one. Right across the plate for a strike. The count even at 1-1 on no outs. Underway here in the top of the first. And, of course, from our angle here, the third pitch on the way now. Swing and a miss here for the second strike. Our angle from here, Galen, we're going to, of course, we always do anyways, but we're going to depend heavily on the umpire because it's hard to see exactly where that ball's going in the zone from some angles where that umpire's standing there tonight.
Yeah, and actually his strike call is pretty close to the vest right there. So you almost have to hear and listen just for a tad for that strike call.
1-2, right-handed delivery on the way. This one up over to center. Curling it short. They're going to have to communicate, and the center fielder, Laura, makes the grab for the first out, and the Hutto fans are screaming early, as they should. They've got a good team here in Hutto, Texas.
They do, Robin. That's the idea about this particular night with the wind blowing like it was. That ball stayed up. Normally might have dropped in for a single, but just stayed up in the air. Center fielder Lahr came in and made the catch.
One away here in the top of the first. No score. Second in the order, the center fielder for Georgetown, number 13, Wyatt Childress. A right-handed batter for the Eagles, injured early on this season, and finally starting to get some playing time here over the past few weeks. A special shout-out to the Donaldson family as well for their support here on SHN Sports. Childress will take the first one for a strike. Actually, I think that was a strike because it went across 0-1.
Yep, strike one call. Beautiful ballpark here. 301 down the right field line, 310 down the left field line, 360 straightaway center.
Next right-handed delivery. This one too close on the inside for a ball to even the count. Aces across the board.
341 to right center, 345 to left center. We got a road behind us in right field, so a very short park in right field.
The 1-1 pitch on the way here and called a ball, 2-1 count. Good eye by Childress.
Looks like it stayed down just a little too.
We again appreciate Mickey Holden helping out here on camera. Thank you, Mickey, as she's finishing up these last 4 games for us here in district play. Next delivery, that one away for a ball as well. 3-1. Batters count now for Wyatt Childress. He's got his opportunities here. The 3-1 off the right hand. This one across the plate for a strike. The first payoff pitch of the afternoon comes on the second bouter. Well, Dennis, you've been connected to the Georgetown community for so long. Wonderful job that you've done over the years, and it's an honor to sit next to you tonight, my friend.
Oh, man, I appreciate it a lot.
3-2 chopped over to short, and that's an error on the shortstop, Curlin. He couldn't hold on to it. We'll see if they score the error up there. If not, that'll benefit Georgetown with the hit.
Yeah, it should be an error as the he just had to play the short hop, couldn't come up with it. Whether they'll put the error up or not, we don't know. But
we'll put it in our book.
Yeah, being a hometown crowd, good chance that that will be an error, not a base hit. So we'll see what happens.
And we'll call it that, too, as we're sitting in the Hutto fans tonight. We'll give them a hello here from Hutto, Texas.
It's a play that Curlin should have made.
Pick attempt over at first base. The base runner is safe as Rimbish threw it over to Graham. That defensive setup, it's Rimbish on the mound, of course, Bannister the catcher, Graham at first, Doggett at second, Kelly at third, Curlin the short, and then from left to right it's Lee, Aletta, and Babb. Another pick attempt over at first. The base runner safe. And they do finally put the E up on the board. That is an error on the shortstop. Again, one away here in the top of the first. Base runner on one for the Eagles. And it brings up the shortstop, number 5, Cole Posey, third in the order. Cole will look at the first one for a strike. 0-1 early count on this one, Dennis.
Just caught the inside corner. Nice little breaking pitch. Just nipped the inside corner for a called strike.
0-1, another pick attempt over to first. The base runner safe. Wanted to mention, too, a special shout-out to Cole Posey and the Posey family as Cole was named the Jack Frost Citizen of the Month for this month. Congratulations. That is a high honor at Georgetown High School, throughout Georgetown as well, and so congratulations to Cole on that. Still in an 0-1 count here, and we know tonight that Rimbish is going to keep his eye on first. Georgetown, of course, as you know, Dennis, you call the games from the press box up at Georgetown. They can steal bases, and Hutto knows that.
They can, and the last couple of weeks it seemed like Adam has not run quite as much as before. Uh-oh, he's hung up now.
Takes the next one for a strike, diving back, and he's safe in time.
Oof, got a break right there.
Let's take a look at that one on a replay. As trying to steal there, and we can see it on the replay as he starts to take off. And you were right, he got out too far, and Georgetown got a nice break.
Yeah, well, no play on it, and should have been, but he didn't make the play, or I believe why it might have been picked off.
1-1 again, aces across the board here. Cole Posey trying to advance runner into scoring position. Hit foul off the third base line into the concrete to our left, and the count at 1-2.
Seeing a little bit more of that from Adam in the last couple of weeks. Instead of the straight steal, a lot more of the hit and run. As White was on the move on the 1-1 pitch, a good pitch for Cole. He just fouled it off.
1-2 delivery off the right hand. This one, that's a base hit over to left. Will advance runner into scoring position. And again, that will take Wyatt Childress over to second, and Cole Posey singles. And Georgetown looking good early, despite a couple of weird plays here.
Well, Posey's swinging the good bat. You know it as well. I hear you down on your end of the booth, and we're together up there, and I'm in the middle. You're down at the other end. He is swinging as good a bat in this district as I believe you can swing.
Cleaning up for Georgetown, fourth in the order, the left fielder, number 10, Ty Tilson. And we do have stats for the players. Just haven't had a chance to pull those up yet, so as we go along, we'll have those numbers probably here after this inning and get into the second one. We'll have that information pulled up. We want to focus on the game right now.
Eagles are the golden opportunity right here, Rob.
Next delivery, swing and a miss, trying to steal over to third, diving, sliding, an error, and that'll bring a run in. Runner will also run over to third, and Georgetown gets on the board first here. An error, was that on the third baseman? I believe it was, Dennis?
No, it's going to be on the throw.
On
the
the
error's
throw.
going to be on the catcher. Yeah, he took the third baseman back into the runner. So the error is going to be the E2. So Wyatt had the golden opportunity of 2 errors, error to reach and an error to score. Your Eagles take the 1-0 lead.
1-0 lead for Georgetown on 1 out with the runner in scoring position is Cole Posey, who reached over to third on the error. Wyatt Childress scored on that error from the catcher. This is a Georgetown Eagle team that is commonly putting runs up in double digits as they take advantage of those errors. And now, for the first time tonight, Dennis, we got to say it, the tattoo shop is open. As Tilson will run over to first. Well, yeah, he'll jog over there with a little bruise on his side.
Got him right up in the chest area, I think. We'll have to take a look at that and see.
Just caught it on the last segment there. Whew.
Well, Eagles capitalizing on the errors and the errant play by the Hippos early in the ball game. I know they're tense as well. Georgetown sitting on that 10-0 district lead. They're coming in here free and loose.
2 errors already here just in the top of this first inning by Hutto. Georgetown taking advantage. We'll reset the count here as we move to 5th in the order. The first baseman, number 12, Action Jackson Seosin. Pick attempt over at third, diving and safe in time is Georgetown's Cole Posey. That pick attempt over there at third. Well, Jackson and Seosin, of course, a senior this year. It has been just a privilege watching this young man grow up in the Georgetown school system, and what a phenomenal season he had as a Georgetown quarterback as he shows bunt here on the next delivery. He'll place this one right on the first base line, and it rolls foul.
That in itself right there, Rob, was a safety squeeze. As Cole didn't start till Jackson got the ball down, and when he got the bunt down, then he came. Different than a suicide squeeze, a little safety squeeze there. Adams pulling out all the stops here in the first inning. I think he wants his district championship without question.
And you think about that ball, if it continues to roll, that brings in that run over there at third.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking for it again. The next pitch pulls back on this one, called a ball, 1-1 on 1 out.
Yeah, that's what the whole play was designed to do. Put the bunt down, Cole held till the ball was on the ground, and then he came in to score. Difference in a suicide and a safety squeeze.
1 ball, 1 strike on 1 out. We're live from Hutto, Texas. Georgetown leads 1-0 here in the top of the first. Jackson will hit this one over to left, and that's another score. Cook the stakes, the ribeyes coming in tonight for the Georgetown Eagles. And the runner is out over at third, but Action Jackson Seosin brings another one home for the Eagles. Cole Posey scores and give Action Jackson the RBI. I got to ask you, Dennis, as I asked Galen, how do you like them? Medium rare? Cooking the ribeyes, baby.
I like them. Ty, on that particular play, Rob, saw the play in front of him, took a chance, ill-advised most likely as there's now 2 down. We could have had 1 down, runners first and second, but you're never going to fault the effort.
Well, Jackson with the RBI single, and now a wild pitch here will advance runner over to second. Or was that a pass ball? It was in the dirt.
Yeah, it was a wild pitch. Yeah.
So Seosin will advance over to second. And this is the difference with Georgetown and other teams, and just saying it how it is. When there's errors on the field, these Eagles know how to take advantage of them.
They do, and they put pressure on you all the time.
1-0 count on Noah Thompson. He takes a hard swing, the left-handed batter, to even the count at 1-1 on 2 outs. Again, Georgetown leads 2-0 here in the top of the first. And really, talking, Dennis, here, as we'll get through this next pitch. Right-handed delivery, this one low into the outside, 2-1 count. You know, talking here, and no disrespect to any other team in the district, but tonight is really and we keep saying it, this is a real big test for Georgetown here in 18-5A.
Well, it really is, and they can solidify this championship right here tonight. You know they want it. You always want to win your championship at home in front of your home crowd, but you will take it anywhere you are at any time when you're crowned the district champion, and 11-0 with a win tonight would do it.
Twos across the board as Rimbush set on the mound. Glances over to the right, the left leg up, the right-handed delivery. This one chopped over to first, and Graham should be able to make the unassisted tag for the third and final out. It was a good inning, though, for Georgetown to lead things off here in the top of this inning. The Eagles scoring 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 2 errors, and for Georgetown leaving 1 on base. We're here at the midway of the 1 mark, bottom of the first coming up. We'll keep things tuned in right here. Again, Georgetown Eagle Baseball presented by Courtney Home Inspections. For all of your home inspection needs, be sure to check out Christopher Courtney with Courtney Home Inspections. Whether you're buying or selling, Courtney Home Inspections, a Central Texas Business Association ethical business member. Visit them online at CourtneyHomeInspection.com. Dennis, good start for the Eagles.
Absolutely a good start. You want to come into somebody at a visiting park. You want to put something on the board in the first inning. Pressure's already on the Hippos. If it's all right with you, I'll give that starting lineup for the Hippos.
Absolutely.
Is what we'll look at. Leading off for them, he'll play third base, will be Tyler Kelly. Batting second, he'll play shortstop, is Kyler Curlin. Batting third will be Carson Babb, the right fielder. Batting fourth will be Luke Bannister. He was behind the plate. Batting fifth will be Ricky Graham, playing at first base. Batting sixth will be Gage Bame, the DH, as he DHs for Drew Rimbush, who was on the mound to start the inning. Batting seventh, Grayson Doggett, the second baseman. Batting eighth, David Lara, the center fielder. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Dylan Lee. So once again, first 3, Tyler Kelly, Kyler Kellen, Carson Babb. Middle 3, Luke Bannister, Ricky Graham, Gage Bam. Bottom 3, Grayson Doggett, David Lara, and Dylan Lee, as Jack Brindley sets out to shut down this 7-1 Hutto Hippo ball club that desperately needs a win, but Eagles got it started in the right way. Rob, back to you.
Well, Jack Brindley, of course, doing damage all season long. He has been a superstar for these Eagles on the mound, as have all of their pitchers. We've even seen guys such as Ryan Courtney come in and close games. He has been phenomenal. Reese Grimes has came and played some, and it has been just that kind of a season here on the mound for the Georgetown pitchers. A well-rounded team. There was some doubt coming into this season, but Georgetown has found their groove, and they have found it better than I've seen in 5 years of our coverage here on SHN. Brindley, left leg up, right-handed delivery. The first one hit foul off the first base side. The early count 0-1 here in Hutto, Texas for the home Hutto Hippos.
Eagles in the opening tournament of the year, the Georgetown Classic, struggled a little bit, but have certainly turned it around.
Brindley's next ball high upstairs. The count even at 1-1. Of course, we didn't say this at the start, but as you already know, Hutto in their orange socks, white jerseys, white pants with black numbers trimmed in the burnt orange. Georgetown in the blue jerseys and gray pants. Brindley's right-handed delivery. This one too close on the inside. Ahead in the count now, 2-1. The batter, Tyler Kelly.
That corner's been there, but apparently just slid a little bit inside. Economical is the idea for Brindley. Jack wants to throw as few pitches as he can. There's a strike.
2-1. Brindley got him right across the plate for a strike to even the count. At 2-2 on no outs, with Georgetown leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. Brindley didn't like the call that he got there from Hellman. On the second one, he'll take it. Left leg up. Right-handed fastball. The dagger, but too close inside. Brings the count full at 3-2 on the first batter. The payoff pitch. Chopped over David. No, he's going to give it to Posey. Posey, strike over to Seosin. That's the beautiful field work that we have seen all season for the first out. We'll take a look at it on the replay.
Just really an outstanding play by Cole Posey. Jeffrey David cutting across, realized he couldn't get to the ball, allowed Posey to take it, and you can watch it right here, folks, but just a great play for the 6-3 putout.
You talk about the communication on the defensive things. This is a team that has played together for some time. The communication has been there all season, and that field work, there by Cole Posey, your Jack Frost Citizen of the Month.
So much of that happens, Rob, when you continue to put the same lineup on the field. You put the same lineup on the field game after game after game. These kids not only love one another, but they understand each other, know what to do, know how to handle situations.
For Hutto, second now batting the shortstop, number 2, Kyler Curlin, the left-handed batter. He'll hit this one hard over to left, and it'll drop, and it's caught in foul territory by David for the second out. Georgetown fans making some noise way over to our right. We'll look at it on the replay.
Yeah, really nice play by Ty as he went into foul territory to make that call, to make that catch, on a ball slicing away from him in the wind. So, again, 2 quick pitches, and we're to the third batter of the inning.
Brings up third in the order the right fielder, number 16, Carson Babb, another lefty here against the right-handed pitching of Jack Brinley. Brinley set, the stretch, the delivery. Foul tip into the back of the bricks behind home plate. 0-1 early count here on Carson Babb. Brinley taking some time here patiently. Right foot on the right part of the rubber. Next delivery too far outside. Evens the count at 1-1 on 2 outs. I know we're early here, Dennis, but so far very impressed with Georgetown on both sides of the ball.
Yes, sir. I was just fixing to make the same comment a while ago that defense has sure set the tone early with 2 nice plays by Cole Posey and Ty Tilson for the outs. Really nice defensive plays.
Previous pitch hit foul into or just above the Hutto dugout. 1-2 count on 2 outs. Brinley trying to retire him. This one hit foul into the net beside us. Off that third base line, the count remains 1-2. It's weird because this is such a beautiful facility, just like here, in Georgetown. Hutto has got just a very world-class facility here at the high school level. Perfect view of the field, the 1-2, and this one a ball here, 2-2.
The whole left side of the infield and outfield was heading to the dugout as they thought he caught that corner. That corner hadn't been there yet, folks. It's may show up later, but it hadn't been there yet.
The 2-2 delivery from Brinley on its way. This one foul again into the net just in front of us off the third base line. The count remains 2-2. And as I was talking about, just the facility here, something that I wish all high schools would eventually implement is not putting up those fences. It's so much nicer to have the net. You can see everything.
Right.
2-2. Swing around here and going to be a put out from the catcher over to Siosin. He did swing around on that also?
Yes, he did. A 2-3 put out.
So he'll get the strikeout as well, and then a 2-3. Is that right, Dennis?
Yes. Yep, 2-3 put out. Still gets the strikeout, but really nice pitch, nice breaking pitch, down and in that Babb had no chance with.
Well, we saw a little bit of battling there. Of course, Kelly starting things. He got all the way to a payoff. He was out on the 6-3. Then Curlin over to left for the fly out to left field where in foul territory, David made the grab, and then Carson Babb, he was at a 2-2 count, struck out, and then the put out 2-3. So a 3-up, 3-down. Not a fast 3-up, 3-down, but Georgetown will take it as we are through 1. Top of the second coming up. We'll keep things right here. Dennis, been a really good one so far. We'll see on the defensive end now.
2-0 lead away from home, first inning. That's about what you draw up on the board before you get on the bus to come here. Fanib could say we could take us an early lead, guys, but the pressure on them, that's the difference in a winning ball club. And high school baseball, as long as I've been doing it and been around high school baseball, an early error, an early walk usually leads to something. And Georgetown took advantage of it in the top half of the first. And, it's I have to keep reminding myself top of the first instead of bottom of the first as I come into this stadium with you tonight. And, again, a real joy to be here with you. I appreciate the opportunity. It's always fun to do any kind of high school baseball. Anything that you get to do around high school baseball is a joy.
Well, Dennis, again, appreciate you being here tonight. Georgetown Eagle Baseball presented by Courtney Home Inspections, online at CourtneyHomeInspection.com. We also want to thank the generous support of Joshua Harris with the Oak Ridge Disciple House, a faith-based Christian character building ministry, nonprofit 501c3 helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, Oak Ridge can help you find that much-needed light at the end of the tunnel. Visit them online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. For Georgetown leading off here in the top of the second, seventh in the order, the designated hitter, number 6, Wesley Dixon. And the first one on the way to Dixon, I thought that was called strike. The umpire put his arm up.
Actually, I thought it was too. I think they may have that wrong.
Next delivery, this one over to So, man, that one took a drop in the wind right there to the infield of the second baseman Doggett for the first out. I thought that may have dropped behind him, but then that gust of wind pulled it back in.
It is. The wind is literally blowing straight in right now. Actually, to me, Hutto's outfield is deeper than I would suspect they would be with the wind blowing in, because you can dump it in front of them. But the two little loopers have both been caught.
Eighth in the order, the second baseman, number 9, Grant Wood, now at bat for Georgetown. Eighth in the order, Grant Wood, of course, from the pitching game, coming off his perfect game on Friday night in Cedar Creek, Texas. He has played now in 20 games, his 57th plate appearance. 1-0, he'll chop this one foul right near the home plate. The early count 1-1 even on Grant Wood. As we continue to look at more of his stats here, he's averaging .354, but really that on base is what's important, and he's on base at .446. Not a bad season for Grant Wood. The 1-1. This time across the plate, got him for the strike, 1-2.
May have caught that outside corner. At our angle, it's hard to see, but I believe he caught that outside corner.
The 1-2 delivery. This one popped way up into the air, and the Georgetown fans, well, the Hutto fans, it bounced right in between the Georgetown and the Hutto fans right there on that little walkway. 1-2 count remains. Foul territory off the first base side. Well, if you want the ball to fly, that's where you want it. Unless you're in a major game, Dennis, you'd want to reach up and grab that.
Yep, you want a souvenir, but you got to give this one back. So
the 1-2 delivery on the way. Wood will chop this one. Wind again getting under it. The center fielder Letta makes the grab for the second out. Pop up to center, 2 out.
Yeah, lazy fly balls are not going to get it done here at this ballpark tonight, because they will just sit up there in the wind waiting for someone to camp under it, and that's what Laura did.
Jack Hellman now at bat for Georgetown, the catcher, number 21, last but certainly not least in the order. In his 15th game, he is on base at .421. First pitch on the way across the plate for a strike, 0-1. Good pitch there by Rimbush. As we talk more about Hellman, he has got 7 hits on this season. He has scored only 2 runs, 6 RBIs, though, as he's cooked a few steaks. This one hard hit over to right, and the wind's going to carry it just shy of the 301 mark there in foul territory off the first base line. Good hit, but again, the wind tonight, unbelievable.
It's an interesting thing when you talked just a moment ago about Hellman only scoring, 7 runs. As a catcher, you generally get courtesy ran for, so you reach base a lot, but you don't cross the pay station very often. And that I can take that all the way back to my son when he caught here.
And got him here looking for the third and final out. So now a 3 up, 3 down for Hutto. And yeah, talking about Hellman, he does such a wonderful job behind the plate, and when he does get on, he's been able to do some damage. We are through 1.5, bottom of the second coming up. Georgetown leads 2-0 here from Hutto High School on a windy Tuesday evening. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Dennis Allman, Nathan Height helping us with scoreboard, Mickey Holden, we appreciate her. She does wonderful work with the Leander community, and said, I'm going to come over here to Georgetown, and I'm going to not wear my Leander logo. I'm just going to pretend that I'm not there. No, she's not doing that. Well, yeah. We'll see what Georgetown's got here on the defensive end. They did good back in that first inning to shut them down, and we'll see what can happen here. Maybe another 3 up, 3 down, Dennis?
Well, I hope so. Rimbush came out throwing strikes. Of course, facing the bottom of the lineup, but he threw strikes. Eagles put the ball in play except for the strikeout right there to end the inning. But makes a difference when you throw strikes. I'm talking about from Rimbush's side. So let's see what Jack can do. 14 pitches by my count in the first inning. So not an overly taxing inning.
Well, temperature here in Hutto, Texas, 75 degrees. Those winds out of the south at 10, but they are gusting near 20. Of course, tomorrow night, severe weather. In fact, some of the most severe weather that they think we've seen yet this season expected to move in. And I looked at the radar, and it was a dagger with that purple right over Georgetown. And definitely our thoughts and prayers are with the friends in Franklin, the home of the Lions there just north of College Station, as they had an EF3 tornado. And luckily, you know, not too much in the far of loss of life, but there was some injuries. And a special prayer tonight for a good friend of mine, as her two nephews in Longview, Texas, tragically passed away when a tree fell on their car. That was a friend of mine from Georgetown and her two little nephews. So we definitely want to keep that family in our prayers.
Absolutely. I read about that.
First pitch on the way here, chopped off the first base line. Brindley will make the flip and dip. He can't. It's going to be a reach. That's an error on Brindley. Safe, and I think even if he got there, that could have been an interference call, right?
It could, but I'm still trying to figure out what happened at the plate. That ball was chopped off the plate.
Let's take a look at it here.
But he will reach on the error on Brindley, the E1. Yeah, I have some good friends in.
He just couldn't make the grab, just got ahead of himself, and you thought maybe that ball could have went foul, but he knocked it foul if that was the case.
Yeah, Adam didn't question it, but actually he had to give Brindley the opportunity to make the play. But so with nobody out, that error can get some stuff started here.
Well, Hutto is a team that can take advantage as well. Georgetown going to let Bannister know that they're going to keep an eye on first base tonight. Hellman, of course, the catcher for the Eagles. Siosin at first. David at third, Posey the shortstop, Wood at second. I know I got that all out of order. From left to right, it's Tilson, Childress, and Thompson. Placing a bunt here, Brindley will pick it up, throws over to first. Runner will advance over to second.
I tell you what, that's a little surprising to me right there, that their big first baseman would be sacrificing. Undoubtedly, he's struggling a little at the plate, moving a runner into scoring position, trying to cut into this 2-0 lead that Georgetown has. But I was kind of worried about him getting it up in the wind, knocking it out of the park, and he lays the bunt down. So, strange game we play these days.
Runner in scoring position for the first time tonight for the Hippos is Bannister on the sacrifice bunt. The runner is out on a 1-3. Pitch on the way here, 2-6 in the order. The designated hitter, Gage Bame. Good pitch by Brindley. Called a strike, 0-1.
Gage, an old little fella, stands probably about 6'4", and probably weighs in at 240. Probably got some power.
Brindley. The 0-1. This one hit over to Siosin, and he will tag it unassisted for the second out. Second time we've seen that tonight.
Huge out right there, although it did advance the courtesy runner over to third. Not sure who's running for Bannister since I don't have their full lineup, but 12 is the courtesy running.
We'll have that here in just a few moments. Second baseman number 14, Grayson Doggett, right-handed batter. This one across the plate for a strike, 0-1.
Here's that good corner that we need. Brindley can work the corners well.
And Brindley coming into tonight, he's pitched 30 and a third innings, 7 games. He started all 7, 6-0 for a win-loss record. Next pitch on the way here, ball. He has allowed 6 runs on 17 hits. 4 of them were earned. He's walked 14, struck out 30. That puts him at an ERA of 9.23. Not bad for Mr. Jack Brindley. 1-1 pitch off the right hand. Low into the inside for a ball. 2-1 count.
7-hitter in the Hippo lineup. Eagle outfield playing pretty much straight away, a little deeper in left than I would have thought, but still playing straight away.
Next one, got him for the strike to even the count at 2-2.
That's not going to make the Hutto Hippo faithful happy, because that ball looked to be way upstairs. But as we often say in Eagle baseball, we'll take that.
Next delivery here, swing and a miss. We'll go back and look at that last one. That's a strikeout. Yeah, that one was it did look high on that.
Yeah, it was up there.
So a strikeout here, swinging for the third and final out as Brindley continues his work on the mound. The Georgetown defense doing good things. No runs No hits, 1 error, 1 left on base. Through 2, top of the third coming up. We'll keep things right here. Again, Georgetown Eagle Baseball presented by Courtney Home Inspections this season. For all of your home inspection needs, there's no one better in the business than Christopher Courtney of Courtney Home Inspections. Get your pre-inspection, your post-inspection, get all your inspections. Chris will take great care of you. I know him, an ethical business member of the Central Texas Business Association, online at CourtneyHomeInspection.com. We also want to thank Jesse Mahan of Mahan Roofing, another great business in the Georgetown area. If you're looking for a new roof or replacement in Central Texas, Jesse Mahan and his awesome staff can take great care of you. A veteran-owned company specializing in excellent roofing services and doing what is right. They'll make it right every time. Mahan Roofing online at MAHANHCS.com. That's MAHANHCS.com. Dennis?
All right. The Eagles did a great job in the bottom half of the second inning of avoiding any damage from the leadoff error. So still the 2-0 lead intact. Back to the top of the lineup. Jeffrey David will get it started.
David 0 for 1 tonight as he popped one up over to center for the first out back in the first. If we go back and look, he is in his 30th game now, entering on his 112th plate appearance. He is on base at 5:27. The first pitch
hit him on the top of the helmet.
Yeah, right on the helmet. That's why you wear it, and that's a hit by pitch. And the tattoo shop for the second time tonight is open. Hey, you know, I've been thinking about one, but probably not. Dennis, you want to go with me after the game? We'll get some tats.
Get a tattoo. I'm not sure what I'd look like with a tattoo. I might have missed my prime on that one, to be honest with you.
Well, Dennis, appreciate you being here. Of course, I went to school with your beautiful daughter, Ashley. We graduated in 02 together. And she's a teacher now, correct?
She is actually the attendance clerk at Gerald High School.
There you go,
so
yeah.
She's at Gerald High School, and she loves it. She
awesome.
loves working with those kids over there and trying to keep them in class.
Wyatt Childress here for Georgetown at bat. He is 0 for 1 tonight as he reached on an error and then came around and scored on another error. He scored that first run for the Eagles back in the first. The second batter again, Wyatt Childress. And several pick attempts. Rembish going to get his arm worked out over there as he keeps throwing to Graham over at first.
Well, as you alluded to in the first inning, Eagles normally a running ball club. Hit and run was on with Wyatt before, but not to straight steal.
That pitch too high. Tried to break it down inside. It wouldn't drop for him in the early count here. 1-0 on Wyatt Childress. Again, with the wind, how it's playing tonight, I don't know how many breaking balls you're going to be able to throw across that plate.
Well, that's a pitch that if it stays up there, it's not coming down.
Yeah,
it's going to stay up there. There's the pickoff.
Another one here is Georgetown trying to get over to second, throwing, tagging, and the runner is out at second. Caught stealing is Wyatt Childress. Beg your pardon, is Jeffrey David.
The 1-3-6 put out on the pickoff. That's a lack of concentration, to be honest with you, Rob. When you get picked off by a right-hander, when you're on leadoff wise, you cannot. And see what happens.
1-0 count. Childress will hit it over between the gap at left center. Wyatt Childress looking for the stand-up double. He will round and he's safe at second. Wyatt Childress with the hit for the Georgetown Eagles. A 1-out double for Childress.
And that is where the concentration on Jeffrey Davis' part comes back in again. He's standing on third, perhaps would have scored on a windy night like this, probably not. But we should have runners at second and third, nobody out, instead of a runner at second, 1 out. So Eagles can't afford to give away runs.
Brings up the shortstop, third in the order, number 5, Cole Posey, the Boise State commit. He's 1 for 1 as he singled, eventually able to come around and score the second run that's on the board tonight for the Georgetown Eagles back in the first. Remish on the mound as he looks over. Right-handed delivery, hard swing here, velocity behind the pitch on the fastball for the strike, 0-1.
Cole shot that on a 1-2 pitch earlier, his first at bat, shot a ground single into left. If he can do it again, that would score Wyatt. Anything in the air, I think he'd have to hold at third.
Rembish, as he is keeping an eye on all the bases tonight. Georgetown not able to lead off a whole lot here. Childress wants some room. Childress can still, too.
Well, our bouncing around out there is certainly weighing on his mind.
Rimbish, the 0-1 delivery, and time is called before he got it out of his arm. The ball flies across, but he'll have to throw over again. The count 0-1 on 1 out. Georgetown leads 2-0 here in the top of the third. We're live from Hutto High School tonight. This delivery too high upstairs. Close the attic door, baby. 1-1.
Same one that Hutto got earlier, so their fans a little upset right now. It left in center straight away for the Hippos, but deep. So anything on the ground through the infield should score wide. Shallow and right field.
Posey's a good hitter. He's also able to get on base quite a bit. He's on at .618 this season. And he had a lot of preseason, if you will, big plays, knocking him out of the park. And we haven't seen as many those kind of plays during regular season, but, man, he is still doing damage. 36 hit. He has singled 16, doubled 12 of those times, 6 home runs on the season, 35 steaks cooked for Cole Posey. So he'll take the next one for a ball to even the count at 2-2.
And there's one thing about Cole Posey's doubles. They're off the wall. They are not – he didn't get cheated on his doubles. He hits bullets.
Rimbish on a 2-2, 1-out pitch with runner in scoring position for the Eagles. Again, too high upstairs, and the count at a payoff pitch for the second time tonight for Hutto's Rimbish.
Wimbish throwing a lot of pitches right now, so Eagles with a chance to maybe get into their bullpen. They had a left-hander in the pen a while ago.
The payoff pitch. Posey gets under this one over to left. Chasing it down is Lee, and Lee should have the grab, and he has it for the second out over at left field. There's a lot of fans over there getting some free juice tonight. When I say that, the free juice, they pulled their trucks up in the parking lot. They're getting a free game hanging over the fence.
I'll tell you what, Cole launched that. Had it not been for the wind blowing in, that ball had a chance to get out of this park at 310. Of course, you'll recall at our park it's 320 down the line, 323 actually down the line. So a shorter park here at Hutto, but the wind blowing in way too hard.
Brings up fourth in the order, cleaning up the left fielder, number 10, Ty Tilson. He's 0 for this afternoon. He was hit by a pitch and then caught stealing for the second out back in the first. Rimbish keeping an eye again at Childress over at second. The left leg up, the right-handed delivery across the plate. Got him for a strike, 0-1 on 2 outs.
You go back and take the pickoff earlier in the inning. Had Jeffrey been standing on third, been an easy sacrifice fly, Eagles would be up 3-0. Things like that you can't let happen, especially on the road. Mental game to play it right.
The 0-1 swung on, hit foul way over the net and the first base side. That one near the dugout. Yeah, near the softball field. Nathan said that right, as there was a softball game going on right behind us.
Yeah, I think the varsity, our girls' varsity is over there right now, I think. 0-0 over there, top of third.
Are they playing Georgetown over there?
I think so.
0-2 count. Last one, of course, the foul ball is a strike. The next one up too high for the ball. 1-2 on 2 outs on Ty Tilson.
The Eagles need a base hit here just to get the run home, just to break the momentum, or get the momentum back again. As oh, watch out, man! Rimbish not paying a bit of attention. Tilson not even in the box. He was looking back at Wyatt. Wow.
He just shook his head there.
That could have hurt somebody right there.
I think the umpire shook his head like, come on, man. On deck is Siosin. If a hit is made here, a hit would surely score. This one foul off the top of the net. Right behind him, the count remains 1-2. Good battle here for Ty Tilson, and we'll have a little mound discussion as the catcher Bannister will talk things over with Rimbish and his second baseman Doggett also there on the mound, giving him a few words of encouragement, asking him what he's going to eat after the game. Dennis.
Yeah. Little better situation here for your Eagles, as Watt would be on the move on any batted ball with 2 outs. So a real good chance to score with a base hit. Ty, of course, hit by a pitch the first time up. But have been swinging good, swinging a really good bat from that 4-hole.
Nice gap over at right center. If he can place it there, depends on where that ball makes contact with the bat. This one low in the dirt for another ball to even the count at 2-2 on 2 outs, and another discussion here at the mound again.
Confusion, I think, on the count. What happens there, Rob, is you get it's second. You change your signals. Whatever you've been given, you don't want him picking them up at second, giving them back to Ty. So they're just changing their signals up, and I think he probably crossed his catcher up right there.
2-2 on 2 outs. Georgetown leads 2-0 here in the top of the third with runner on second. This one is chopped over the third base line. Field work over to first, not able to beat it out, and that's the third out. Good field play by Kelly DeGram over to first for the third and final out on the 5-3. In this inning for Georgetown, no runs on one hit. There was no errors, and they leave one on base. And you go back to what you were talking about. If that out wouldn't have happened on the caught stealing by David, that could have been another run for the Eagles.
Yes, it definitely would. And, you know, a 2-0 lead is nice. There's a little separation from a 1-run lead, but a 3-0 lead is better than a 2-0 lead. So, again, it's mental. It's just a mental game. You're always got to be in the ball game, always got to be thinking, and, you know, Jeffrey just got picked off.
Well, again, friends, thanks for joining us as we're through 2.5. Bottom of the third coming up. Georgetown leads 2-0. And Brindley on the mound for the Eagles, trying to protect that 2-0 lead for his team. He faced 3 batters in the first, faced 4 in the second, and still trying to keep things rolling here for Georgetown as they're coming off a magnificent week last week. Of course, Jack Brindley throwing the no-hitter, then the perfect game by Grant Wood on Friday, then defeating number 2 state-ranked 6A Lake Travis on their home field. But Georgetown got their work cut out for them here against a very good Hutto Hippo team. This is the second to last game of 18-5A. We talked about it in pregame. A victory here for Georgetown tonight would seal the deal in 18-5A as far as the championship goes.
And, you know, without question, coming on the road, I said it earlier, you want to win a championship at home, but you will take a win here for the championship and take that back home for your home crowd on Thursday night. So see what Jack can do here as he faces 8-9-1 here in the bottom half of the third inning.
So David Lara at the mound, or at the plate for Hutto. His first time at bat, 8th in the order, the center fielder. Brindley's first right-handed delivery, tipped foul into the back of the net. The early count, 0-1 on no outs. Again, Georgetown Eagle Baseball presented by Courtney Home Inspection, also made possible in part by Georgetown Jewelry. For all of your jewelry needs, Ricky Poe, Williamsburg Village Shopping Center, georgetownjewelry.com. 0-1 places the bunt, but it goes well foul off the third base line onto the on-deck circle as Lee waiting patiently on deck. The early count, 0-2.
Just fixing the comment on the size of Hutto. A lot of small youngsters that can lay the bunt down, got a lot of good speed. Jeffrey was deep at third. He tried to lay it down. Good opportunity to lay one down right there.
The 0-2 got him across the plate looking for the first strikeout. And that's the third strikeout of the afternoon for Georgetown's Jack Brindley.
That ate the corner up right there. I don't believe Laura is agreeing with him, but that ate up the corner if we see it on replay.
Yeah, I hit the buffer on that one too late.
It didn't question. It didn't. Jack didn't question it. He came out immediately going around the horn. So good pitch, good out.
Bottom of the order, the left fielder, number 9, Dylan Lee. He'll take the first one for a ball as Brindley trying to find the strike zone here. Throw him off a little bit. 1-0. The early count. On 1 out, Georgetown leads 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. Brindley's next delivery. Whew, that one up too high. That's what I've called the shaving pitch, where it gets up near you there and you just stick your chin out, and by the hair of my chinny chin chin,
definitely chin music.
10-2-0 the count on 1 out. Brindley quickly back in rhythm, the left leg up, the stretch, the delivery. This time got him across the plate on the fastball for the strike, 2-1.
Hutto faithful not happy right now with this plate umpire, but seems to be very consistent in his ball game here through 2.5 innings.
Next delivery. Well, called a ball, 3-1 now.
Down a little low.
Brindley trying to keep this one alive. The 3-1 on the way. Across the plate this time for a strike to brings it to a payoff pitch. The only other time he's faced a payoff here in this game was on the leadoff batter to start things, Tyler Kelly. So for the second time tonight, Brindley will throw the payoff pitch. It's on its way, chopped over to first, and unassisted is Siosin for the second out.
Nice play, able to go down on one knee, make the routine play. No sense letting it even have an opportunity to slide under your legs. Just go down. You're 4 feet from first base. Easy to make that play. Good play by Jackson Siosin.
That'll take us back to the top of the order. The third baseman, number 7, Tyler Kelly, who's 0 for 1 this afternoon for the Hutto Hippos. His team trailing 2-0 in 2-out territory. Brindley The next stretch and delivery. Got him across the plate for a strike to start things 0-1.
Kelly retired on that really nice play by Cole Posey back in the bottom of the first inning for out number 1.
Brindley in rhythm again. Next one, this one over to Cole Posey. The field work to Seosin. Got him again for the third out. 3 up, 3 down. And the Eagles defense staying alive here early in Hutto, Texas.
I feel confident that he'll learn not to hit it to Cole Posey the next time up. Cole's made 2 really nice plays. That ball taking him to his left, fielding it, making the play. Nice play.
There it is on the replay there as Copo reaches down, left glove, right-handed throw. Seosin patiently waiting. That has been, we say sometimes a routine play, but really in the fast glance of things, with the way Cole Posey plays, there's really not a whole lot of routine about that. It's just great field work by Cole Posey.
No, there's not. And in fact, in all the time that I've been watching Cole play, I would say that his ability to field the ball and just make a standard throw is rare. He's usually fielding backhanded, right-handed, throwing across his body. He's doing something to make it spectacular, which needs to be, but that's the way Cole Posey plays ball.
Team manager Jared Fremel, the heart and soul of this team, running out and handing the umpires the ball over there off that third base side. Appreciate Jared. He is such a wonderful young man here for this Eagle team, and not just for the team, but the community. What an outstanding young man to have as your manager out there. I always go before the game when I go down there and talk the lineup and take a picture. I always give him a hand dab, and he's always giving me a holler, man.
He'll give it to you. He's a great young man. That's a joy to have around the entire program. Has been for many years. Just a joy.
Leading off for Georgetown here in the top of the 4th inning, 5th in the order, the first baseman, number 12, action, Jackson Seosin. He singled in the first, was left stranded at second after a wild pitch, but because of that single, it did result in an RBI that brought in one of the scores for Georgetown here this afternoon.
Eagles looking to play some kind of add-on. We're not quite midway through the ball game, but things going good for your Eagles. Ooh.
First pitch on the inside, got the corner.
Good little breaking pitch from Rimbish for the call strike.
Rimbish left leg up, second delivery on the way. That one looked about the same as the first, but this time called a ball to even at 1-1.
Possibly a little bit low, but I agree with you. It was pretty much the same location as the pitch before.
1-1, even pitch. This time across the plate for a strike brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes on no outs. 1-2 count on no outs. Scoreboard has it wrong. They'll get it fixed.
It is 1-2.
I'll tell you what, I couldn't run that score. That's just too much for me. I know it made some guys say, man, that's probably simple, but for me, an ADD and always being a second behind, man, that would be me right there, 2-1 on the board. This one chopped over to the third baseman. Seosin going to try to beat it out. Can he get there in time? He does not. He is out. Good field work there from Kelly over to Graham for the first out on the leadoff, Jackson Seosin. We'll look at it on the replay. As there's the delivery in. Tell you what, Seosin sure was running hard, though. He was trying to get there. That ball just took a bounce right where it needed to go.
A really nice play by Ricky Graham at first base for Hutto on the scoop. First pitch there, a ball.
Noah Thompson, 6 in the order, the right fielder. Early count 1-0. Next delivery, Thompson, hard swing, but he misses. Even the count at aces across the board here in the top of the 4th. With Georgetown leading 2-0 here in Hutto, Texas. The 1-1 pitch, again swing and a miss. Thompson really wants to make contact. He just can't find it. The good pitching by Rimbish.
Yeah, just a little bit late on the swing. Pulled his head out just a little bit and unable to catch up with the fastball. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Rimbish in delivery. Thompson makes contact. This time it goes left, and it should be well foul, and it is. There in the corner of the field over at left.
Yeah, their outfield pretty much straight away. That ball with the wind slicing away, no chance at all.
And if you're going to hit one to the corner of the fence, that's about where you're going to.
Yeah.
That's about as close to the corner as you'll get in foul territory over there.
It's a good, safe play to foul it.
1-2. Too high into the outside to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes on 1 out. The delivery here on a 2-2 into the net just in front of us. The count remains 2-2. Good battle here by Georgetown's Noah Thompson, 6 in the order.
It's a good job by Noah right there to stay alive, just to reach out and poke it foul on a pitch that was probably borderline, but he couldn't afford to take it.
On his second at-bat of the night, another 2-2. He'll lace this one right up to left center for a base hit. And Thompson will single, and he'll thought about rounding, and he'll go back to first and gets the dab from Georgetown's Coach Brindley.
Probably Rembrandt's worst pitch of the night, a hanging curveball. He had blown the fastball by Noah 2 times, and he hangs a changeup or a curveball, whichever one it was, hangs it. Noah, as good hitter as he is, just laced it in center field.
7th in the order, the designated hitter, number 6, Wesley Dixon for Georgetown. He's 0 for 1. Now make it 1 for 2 with a single over to right. That'll advance Thompson into scoring position. Dixon stands tall at first. And we are only one out here. It'll bring up 8th in the order, the second baseman, Georgetown's Grant Wood. Another good hit there. Back-to-back good hits, Dennis.
Good hard line shots off the bat, down, not up. Nothing Hutto could do about that. Clean single to right field. Good piece of hitting right there by Wesley Dixon.
Brings up the right-handed batter again, Georgetown second baseman number 9, Grant Wood. He's 0 for 1 as he popped one up over to center for the second out back in the second.
Eagles with a little something going here. If we could put a run or two on the board here, that momentum shift would be great.
Appreciate everybody joining us, even Hutto fans who weren't able to make it out to the game. We want to welcome you into the broadcast as well. Even though we broadcast for Georgetown, we always want to welcome in our visiting teams as well. Well, tonight, the home team. This one, that's going to stay fair off the third base line.
It's foul. It's foul.
Oh, it did go foul at the last moment.
Yeah, it was just to the left of the bag. I think we'll see it on replay. Just to the left of the bag. It almost stayed fair, but it was foul.
As Foster was saying, run, 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 I was looking at Coach. And it was just to the outside. What do they say? Just foul.
Just a bit.
The coach thought it was fair. That's why he was telling his guys to run. And that's something I've learned in broadcasting is you keep your eye on, but you also look at the coaches and the umpires, too, to kind of help you call. And
yeah, well, that's where I got it. Goes. Yeah, I got it from Blue behind the plate right away. His hands went up, but I could also see it over the monitor that it was a bit foul.
I'm going to use the monitor as an excuse that I didn't see the umpire.
There you go.
0-1. This one low in the dirt. Bounces right back to the catcher.
Maybe that's why you invited me, so I could see around the monitor.
Yeah, that's it.
I could see around it. So I was hoping I was good for something, so I peek around that monitor.
Appreciate you being here. You know, 4 years ago, really didn't grow up watching a lot of baseball, much less playing it. And I got to tell you, man, I've learned from the best with you and Galen and Matt Leishman. I sincerely appreciate those guys, and then you here tonight helping. 1-1, runners will take off. And runners at 2 and 3. It will be an out, though, over at first, but the runners will advance.
And right there on Adam, Coach Foster's part, hit and run was on. If not, that's an inning-ending double play. He had to hit and run on. Grant put it in play. The high chopper. Kelly couldn't do anything at third except get the out. So now we need one base hit from Jack Hellman, and your Eagles can stretch this lead to 4.
So would you call Wood out there on a choice?
Fielder's choice.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
fielder's choice.
He's out on the fielder's choice.
Yep.
See, I'm learning, didn't it? It took a long time.
Yep.
I'm starting to learn.
Yep, fielder's choice ground ball.
Brings up last in the order the catcher number 21, Jack Hellman. That one looked close across the zone, but too far away from it. 1-0 count.
Eagles with some ducks on the pond. All we need is a bleeder, a base hit, a blooper, even an error, anything to score a run right here.
Runners on 2 and 3 for Georgetown, leading 2-0. This one will chop and rolls foul off the third base line. The count 1-1 even for Jack Hellman.
That was off of Jack's foot as well, so it'd have been a foul ball whether it stayed fair or not. It's umpire give him a little chance to walk it off for a second. Can run off the inside of his foot.
1 ball, 1 strike on 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning. Georgetown leads 2-0. Hellman trying to bring in his 2 runners. The pitch on the way. Hellman places bunt. This one way up into the air and foul way off the first base side and drops off the net. The count at 1-2.
Don't oftentimes see a 1-1 pitch, 2 out bunt attempt But I think what Jack was trying to do is push it between first and second past the pitcher where there's just no man's land out there, but fouled it off.
The 1-2 on the way. Swung on over to left. This one may be catchable in foul territory, and it is for the third and final out as the left fielder Lee had the grab on it. Good field work there for Hutto, and for them, they leave two. Georgetown leaves 2 on. That's not where they wanted to be here. No runs on 2 hits, no errors. Again, the Eagles leave 2 on. We're through 3.5, bottom of the 4th coming up. We'll keep things right here, Dennis.
All right, Eagles just shy of that 1 base hit that they need, the timely base hit, having left 4 on through 4 innings. Again, 2 in scoring position, unable to cross that pace station, which is the only way you're going to get an extra run here, and the Eagles could have used it right there. But again, Brindley back out, doing the job on the hill right now as he'll face their 2, 3, and 4 here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Well, Georgetown Eagle baseball playoffs right around the corner. We've still got 2 spots remaining for playoff sponsorship, only $50 per game. We won't know the details until we get closer to that date. If you're interested, please email myself, Rob, at shnsports.com. That's ROB at shnsports.com. Again, we've only got 10 spots. We've already sold 8. We have 2 remaining. It'll help continue to make that coverage possible in the playoffs. Due to licensing and UIL, we will only have audio only, but we'll describe it and call it, try to make it feel like you're there with us on those playoff games. Again, Georgetown Eagle Baseball presented by Courtney Home Inspections online at CourtneyHomeInspection.com. We also want to thank our good friends Ty Gibson and Blake Nicholson with Minuteman Press of Georgetown for all of your printing needs, business cards, postcards, signs, banners, car wraps, and more. Minuteman Press is your one-stop print shop in Georgetown. Check them out online at MMPTX.com. That's MMPTX.com.
All right, we're halfway through this ball game, Brother Rob, and Jack's rocking along, doing a very, very good job keeping minimum numbers of runners on base, but facing 2, 3, and 4. Pesky little bunch right here. Needs to get Curlin, the leadoff hitter, right here.
As Dennis just said, second in the order, leading off the shortstop, number 2, Kyler Curlin, here to start things in the bottom of the 4th inning. Brindley on the mound, left leg up, right-handed delivery, the fastball. This one hit over to center. Childress will chase it down, and actually didn't have to do much chasing at all, just a couple of steps over to his left. 1 pitch, 1 up, 1 down.
Curlin swinging first pitch surprised me just a little bit. I thought maybe he might try to work Jack, a few extra pitches, but he saw a pitch he thought he could handle, and he laced it to center. But again, in the wind, it stayed up with no problem for Wyatt Childress.
Third in the order, the right fielder, number 16, Carson Babb for the Hutto Hippos. He's 0 for 1 as well as he struck out and then was out on the putout back in the 1st inning. First one a ball here as he took a look at that one, Dennis.
Just off the plate, it looked like, Rob. Good pitch, but just a little bit off the plate.
Brindley, the composer, the stretch, the delivery into the back of the net. Thank goodness for the net, or that one would have been a tooth lost right off my front tooth.
Yes, sir, and I'd have ducked and you'd have I'd have told you, I'd have got the next one, but I'll let you have that one because it was coming at us.
Aces across the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Next delivery, this one hit hard, line foul off of the third base line and into the Hutto bullpen.
Babb late on both of those fastballs, so Brindley still has a little pop here in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
The right-handed pitch to the left-handed batter on its way. Looked like he got the corner, but no call. It was too far outside. 2-1. Or actually, it's 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2. Eagle outfield shifted a little bit to the left of the second base bag in center.
Next pitch on the way, chop foul. Hard swing there, but just barely glaced the ball as it goes foul. The count remains 2-2. Battling now is Carson Babb.
Just enough to stay alive, but that's what your job is on a 2-2 pitch. Foul it off, do anything you can to get a chance to live another day.
Dennis, what happens at the high school level with the baseballs? Do they use them for practice and things like that, or what happens?
That's generally where they go. Yeah.
Always wondered that. 2-2 on the way. Too close to the inside. A full count coming up again for the 3rd time tonight for Georgetown's Jack Brindley.
One of the few true off-speed pitches that Jack has thrown as we proceed through this ball game. Hadn't charted his pitches, but
the payoff pitch. Over to Copo. The field work again. Left hand, right hand. Jack got him, and that is the second out. My goodness, he makes it look like clockwork out there from that short to first.
As you watch this replay, folks, as you see it, watch the release. Coming side off his body. Just an outstanding job at short by Coposi.
He's like, you know what? This for me is kind of routine, guys.
It's like a guy who wants to live at shortstop. He doesn't want to go anywhere else. He just wants to come to the park and live at shortstop. That's all I want to do, Coach, is just put me at short.
Fourth in the order, the designated hitter, Luke Bannister, who's 0 for 1, reached on an error, left stranded at third. He did have a courtesy runner, Vogelpool. Jason Vogelpool is his courtesy runner.
He reached on the oddest of errors, that little dribbler down the first base line that nobody could play a while ago.
1-0. This one lined over to second base, not able to get there in time, and that's a base hit. And you got to wonder if they're going to call that one an error. It was close.
I can tell you
they
that
called it a hit.
In our dugout, Coach Brindley, Coach Foster wanted it to be an error, but that ball was hit too hard, too quick. They've already ruled it a base hit, first hit of the night.
Vogelpool is that courtesy runner now there at first for Bannister, number 12, Jason Vogelpool.
That's a ball you just almost have to knock down if you're Grant. It just handcuffed him all the way.
Brings up a fifth in the order, the first baseman, number 8, Ricky Graham. Ricky's 0 for 1. Had that sacrifice bunt back in the second for the first out that advanced his runner over into scoring position. 2-0, Georgetown leads, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth we are here in Hutto, Texas. The next delivery, or the first delivery on the way to Graham, is a ball, 1-0 on 2 outs.
Just rode up and in just a little bit inside. This is the youngster a while ago who laid the bunt down that surprised me a lot. Being the fifth hitter, of course, with 2 down, we should see Graham swinging a stick here.
Brindley gets set, right foot on the right side of the bag at the mound. The next delivery, a ball, 2-0 count. Haven't seen Brindley fall behind too much here in this game.
Borderline pitch there that could have been called a strike, but called a ball, so it is 2-0.
The 2-0 delivery. Too high to the outside, and for the first time tonight, we've seen a 3-0 now that Brindley will face as Hellman will talk things over with him at the mound.
You know, I tell you sometimes, and I know this is maybe not always the case, but, you know, Jack took the hill with a no-hitter and lost it right there on a potential play that still could be ruled after the ball game. It could be ruled either one of 2 ways. It's down as a hit right now, but I think it's in it. I think it might have gotten in his head just a little bit.
The 3-0 pitch. Across for a strike, 3-1. Can Brindley work out of it? He's trying to. Does not want to allow Vogelpool to advance into scoring position. That is your tying run at home plate right now. 3-1 on 2 outs. Brindley trying to retire him. The next pitch on the way. Again, across the plate, working his way down. Back up from a 3-0 at 3-2.
Graham gave up on that pitch all the way. He was looking for nothing but a walk, and Jack caught that inside corner.
The payoff pitch. Swung, hit foul off the first base side. And Georgetown, man, they are so alert. Seosin was running over there trying to make a grab in front of the fence, but it fell just shy of the fence.
Well, folks that come to our park a lot would be surprised if they were at this park because there is so much distance from the foul lines to the fences. Where at our park, that ball's not back in play yet, so can't really have a pickoff attempt with the ball not back in play. But there's so much distance that good hustle could come up with a foul pop-up. Where at our park, you run out of play and field real quick.
Brindley again with the 3-2, trying to get this inning over with. His right-handed delivery on the way, and another one hit foul way off the first base line, well over the park.
Graham chasing ball. Graham chasing ball 4. Hello, folks. How are y'all tonight?
Had to take a picture with the legend, Mr. Allman, over here. On the 3-2, swung around, hit foul. And the battle continues.
9 pitch at bat right now for Graham. He allowed helped Brindley to bounce back here.
On the 3-2. Another payoff pitch. This one chopped over to second. It's Wood to first, and that'll do it for the inning.
Good job by Grant to bounce back on the ground ball to get us out of the inning. As I said earlier, and if you wrap the inning up, you would wrap it up with no runs on a hit, no errors, and one left on base. But that still could be ruled. From an official scorekeeper standpoint, on a ball hit like that, especially when a no-hitter situation's in place, it could be ruled an error. Their official scorekeeper, who has the job of that here at home, immediately hit one up on the board. It was hit that hard and handcuffed Grant. Not much Grant could do on it. It was a very tough play.
And of course, here at the high school level, a little more lenient on a lot of that. Now you get up to NCAA, even at Division III, certainly 2-1. That would have been an error. And that's the way it goes. But regardless, you got to give credit to the mound, Jack Brindley, on a 3-0 count, able to work that one back in his favor and get out of that inning, not allowing anybody except that one hit. And that was a good job by Georgetown and Brindley.
Yeah, he really did. He settled down. He right after that particular play, he threw 3 pitches that weren't even close to the strike zone. And then he settled back in again to get the job done. So there are some changes on the field, on the mound.
Yeah, I think, do we have a new pitcher out there on the mound? We'll take a look at that. We're going to step aside and take a quick break. We'll have those positions for you. Stay with us, friends. Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports continues in a few moments. Welcome back. Georgetown Eagle Baseball live tonight from Hutto, Texas. Everybody, same defensive positions there. We just wanted to double check for you. Leading off for the Eagles here in the top of the 5th inning. As we go back to the top of the order, it is Georgetown's third baseman, number 7, Jeffrey David, his third at-bat of the night. He is 0 for 1 as he popped one up over to center for the first out in the first. First pitch on his way was a ball. Next one a strike, 1-1 count here. In that third inning, he was hit by a pitch and then out on the 1-3-6. 1-1 count on Georgetown's Jeffrey David.
Top of 5, your Eagles clinging to a 2-0 lead.
Next delivery chops this one over to short. Curlin double fist, throws over to first, and he says, you know what, Cole Posey and Jackson Seosin, I'll do the same thing for the first out.
Well, real nice arm by the young man at short, Kyler Curlin. Curlin's an interesting name here in Hutto. As I've known his grandfather, I've known quite a few Curlins down through the way. They're big umpires here. They're a part of this umpire. Actually, they're out of the College Station chapter now, but their Curlin name is big here in the Hutto area.
Brings up second in the order the center fielder, number 13, Wyatt Childress. First pitch on the way to Childress. He'll hit this one, and that's a single over to first up to left field. Beautiful hit by Wyatt Childress.
So Wyatt beginning to get hot with back-to-back, a double and a single now on a 2-for-3 night. So nothing better to get Wyatt Childress hot as you're heading to the playoffs.
Take a look at that hit back here on the replay as that one rolled right over to left, and the single for Childress. Brings up third in the order the shortstop, number 5, Cole Posey. Cole's been getting after it here this afternoon.
Cole had a base hit back in the first, but then he skied one to fairly deep left field in this wind back into third. So still swinging the good bat.
Rimbish over to Graham 2 times in a row now. Pick attempts. Base runner Childress safe after his single moments ago. 1 away here in the top of the 5th. Georgetown holding on to a 2-run lead. But, man, they have got to put some more insurance on the board. Another pick attempt. 3rd in a row now.
Tell you, Rob, this lineup that Georgetown rolls out night after night after night is solid. It is a solid ball club.
Still no pitch thrown. Now this one finally to Cole Posey. Swung on and missed for the first strike. 0-1 on 1 out.
Chased a pitch that might have been down and in just a little bit. May have caught a part of the strike zone to him, but it looked like it was down and in.
Another pick attempt over to first, runner safe. Want to welcome those on the YouTube stream watching us tonight. Meme Seller saying hello, looks like a good game. Appreciate you joining us. The SHN fan text line will open up in the 5th inning. We'll have that, and feel free to text us once we get that up. Next pitch, way too high upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike on 1 out.
Pretty good thinking right there by Hutto. I think they thought Wyatt was going. That was not a pitch out, but it was up and away on purpose. Thinking Wyatt might have been going on the play.
Aces across the board, the delivery. This one foul off the first baseline. The count at 1-2. Well, we are in the 5th inning, so the SHN fan text line is open. Feel free to send us a text message. Reminding you, don't text and drive. We'd love to hear from you. If you got a shout out, feel free to text us tonight. That SHN fan text line open at 512-522-9105. Next delivery here, another one hit foul. Almost hit a bird up there, man. We could have had a bird hit. Once again, that number 512-522-9105. We'd love to hear from you tonight, whether you're a Georgetown fan or a Hutto fan. 1-2 count. Hey, send a shout out to Dennis too. Let him know you appreciate him.
Well, I appreciate being here. It's a real joy. It's good to get back on this side of the ball. I do the PA all the time, and it's good to get back on this side of the game.
1-2 off the right hand, pulled back on it. That'll be a ball to even the count at 2-2. Yeah, so you saw a lot of games over at the old Birkelbach back in the day.
Absolutely saw a lot.
A lot of them. I miss that. You know, I love the facilities. We're so thankful, so privileged to have those facilities. I mean, it's just a privilege to have that. But man, that old stadium, I still sometimes just miss the nostalgia, Dennis. 2-2. This one chops over, and will he be able to beat it out? He does. He's safe.
Yeah, that's good hustle right there by Cole Posey. Kelly did everything he could at third, played the ball barehanded, but that ball again chopped off the you can't say infield dirt anymore because we don't have it. All we have is AstroTurf.
Infield turf.
chopped off the carpet, and a hustling Cole Posey beat it out. So, well, you know, some of the ambiance of the old ballparks are good, and we still go to some of those on the away games sometimes.
Absolutely.
But you're right. The game is changing so much, and stadiums are changing so much with technology and everything they want to put in them that you miss some of those old ballparks, and I have been to some beauties.
You know what I miss the most? The crickets, Dennis. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Nobody misses the crickets.
Say, wait a minute. Although I have heard them in the press box in Weimar.
No. This one on a serious wild pitch will advance runners over to 2 and 3. Ty Tilson at bat for Georgetown will take the ball on a 1-0 count. Childress will advance over to third, and Posey over to second.
A little surprised to not see Colvin jump out of the dugout and come out and try to settle Rimbrish down. As your term, seriously wild pitch was seriously a wild pitch.
Didn't know of another way.
I don't know if that's a baseball term, but it worked because it was seriously a wild pitch.
I mean, you have some wild pitches and you got some serious ones.
Hutto's brings their infield in, can't afford to give up any more runs this deep in the game in the top of the 5th inning.
1-0 pitch on the way. Tilson over to left.
Trouble.
That's a base hit, and that should bring in 2 runs, and he'll go for the 2 RBI, and he may get a triple out of this one. Tilson rounding second. Tilson on his way, diving. Tilson is out of there.
They got him on the swipe tag. That was a really nice play by Hutto. Eagles put 2 on the board, but a really nice play on the relay, textbook by Hutto as Ty is retired at third.
Well, Tilson out over there at third, but he does cook 2 more steaks, 2 ribeyes for the Eagles. They're leading 4-0 here in the top of the 5th.
An 8.65 putout, one of those long number putouts. So 2 outs in the inning. But your Eagles tack on, as you just said, 2 very, very important runs.
Brings up 5th in the order, Jackson Seosin. First pitch on the way to Seosin. He is a strike across the plate, 0-1. Other action on SHN Sports tonight over in 6A. Leander and Vandergriff all tied up in the top of the 5th. Chuck Cracy, Mark Sickles on that call in Leander. Next one, too low for the ball to even the count at 1-1. And then our other team here that we cover on SHN, Michael Francis, Scott Mount over at Rouse, leading Pflugerville 4-2. Next one high, 2-1. That's a Rouse team that's no longer in our district. We will play them the last 2 games after this Hutto series next week, non-district play. Man, Rouse, though, I believe they're undefeated as well. They have been just doing some damage, and their pitching staff has been amazing there at Rouse. This one chopped over to short. It's Curlin. Curlin trying to throw the dagger to first for the 3rd out, and he has it to Graham. But not before Georgetown doing a little more damage as they needed some insurance. They got it in that inning, scoring 2 runs. They get those 2 runs on 2 hits. Nobody left on and no errors there in the top of the 5th. That was a great inning for Georgetown.
It was. 2 very nice plays, though, by Kyler Curlin there at short for a first out and the 3rd out of the inning. But in between, your Eagles tack it on with a good timely hitting, something that had been missing the first 4 innings. Ty comes through with a beautiful timed, credited with a double as he was retired at 3rd on the play. But huge for your Eagles right now, folks, as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning to tack on those 2 runs. Jack, and have a 4-0 lead, Rob. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Cut you off, man. This is our first time working together, and but I sit next to you from the wall there in the press box, and I'm always in between innings running over there to you to ask, hey, what happened on that? What happened on that? And it works out really. So tonight it's a privilege because you're right next to me, man.
Absolutely. There's no wall here. I thought you were going to put a wall up anyway a while ago just for the heck of it, but there was no wall, so I felt pretty good about that. So.
Well, what did Reagan tell Gorbachev? Tear down this wall. We tore it down tonight, brother. You're right here. We appreciate everybody joining us. Georgetown Eagle Baseball here, made possible and presented by Courtney Home Inspections. For all of your home inspection needs in Central Texas, nobody does it better than Christopher Courtney with Courtney Home Inspections. Make sure to check them out online at CourtneyHomeInspection.com, a Central Texas Business Association ethical business member.
Eagles rocking along here now with a 4-0 lead, 9 outs away from a district championship. We can start the countdown here, folks, in just a couple of minutes if we can get through these next 2 innings.
Leading off here in the bottom of the 5th for Hutto, it's the big man, the designated hitter, number 17, Gage Bame. The first one across the plate for a strike, 0-1 off the right arm fastball of Georgetown's Jack Brinley. Brinley in the delivery. The next one, again, a fastball across, 0-2. 2 pitches, 2 quick strikes.
Most of the Hutto faithful not in agreement. A good Georgetown crowd in complete agreement.
The 0-2. Too low, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
As I look to my right, Rob, good crowd tonight for Georgetown. Coming out to follow this ball club that is rocking along with a 4-0 lead. What a pitch.
Yep, got him across as he looked at it for a strike. We'll look at that one on a replay.
That's that nasty little breaking pitch that Jack freezes you. There's nothing you can do. Absolutely freezes Bame at the plate.
It's one that he's been working on as we've interviewed him several times. That's something that he worked on extensively in the offseason at his breaking ball. And, man, you just can't get much better than that. This one hit foul into the net off the first base line to number 14, the second baseman, 7th in the order, in Grayson Doggett. He's 0 for 1, struck out swinging for the 3rd out back in the 2nd. The board up there is showing 8 hits for Georgetown. I'm only counting 7 in my book.
Yeah, 7's all I've got, too. That's funny. You and I looked at the same thing. I looked at that just a minute ago.
And this one drops off the net, bounces off the top of the brick for the foul ball, 0-2. You know what, I'm wondering, no, because I was thinking going back to that error to lead off, and they did count that as an error. I thought maybe they counted that as a hit where they got that from.
I do have 7, I think. I'll double check it when I flip my book here in a second, but 0-2 count here. See if we can get Doggett.
Doggett 7th in the order for the Hippos, the right-handed batter off the right arm delivery from Jack Brinley. Brinley left leg up, hand and glove, right hand on its way, low in the dirt. First ball on the 3rd pitch, 1-2.
Yeah, 7's all that I've got, too, but.
Well, the Eagles will take it.
Yeah, hey, 8 hits. Somebody got one. Somebody got one that needed it.
A 1-2. Hit foul again, just under the net. The count remains 1-2. Good battle here for Hutto's second baseman, number 14, Grayson Doggett.
Doggett doing a good job of staying alive here, fouling off a couple of pitches, having gotten down 1-2.
Georgetown leading 4-0, 1-2 pitch. This one chopped over. Yet again, it's Cole Posey making the run. Double pump fake over to Siosin. This time, he got him. No, he is safe.
Saying the throw pulled him off, and I don't think that exactly happened. I think that Jackson went up, came back down in plenty of time.
Well, we'll see it on the replay here, and we'll send it down to the umpires for review. Too bad we can't do that.
Yeah.
Jackson's up. That left foot looked like it stayed on.
Yeah, I really think he got the foot back down.
Oh, my goodness.
Good job right here. First base umpire at least agreeing to go down and ask the first base umpire, but the first base umpire couldn't see that any better than he did.
I mean, we'll take another look at it. It's hard on the replay, but it looks like Jack got that left leg back on the bag. If it is, it's going to be close. I mean, you had a good view there by the first base umpire.
Well, and Adam has the look right across the bag from where he's sitting, and the first base umpire is about 6, 7, 8 feet up the line trying to discuss it here. I'll be real surprised if they change this call.
So if they turn it over to you, now throw an error to Cole Posey.
I believe they may change this call. I believe they're going to change this call, and he's going to be out. He's going to explain it to the Hutto coach to try to keep the Hutto coach calm.
Well, we'll take one more look at it here on the replay as we had it up here.
It's certainly bang-bang, but I believe that Jackson got back down.
It's difficult there. You can see here it's up, he's down. I mean, it almost looks like the left leg, if any, barely even came off and got back in plenty of time.
I don't disagree with the first base umpire on the fact that he's signaling that he came up off the bag, but I think he got back down in time. I think Adam had one of the best views because where he's sitting, he's looking right across the bag. Let's see what we're doing here. Now we've changed the call again.
Said it's safe.
So we got the first base umpire ruled by going to talk to the Hutto coach. He would have explained to him why he changed his call, and undoubtedly the Hutto coach said, nope, I need the call.
And so what happens here? Do you credit a hit, or is it an error on Cole Posey? It was a hard bang-bang play regardless.
It's an error on Cole.
Well, we'll mark it down on an E6.
Yeah, unfortunately it is because his throw was high. And when your throw is high to Jackson Siosin, it's high because Jackson's pretty big down there. I believe we had the call overturned at the plate, and the first base umpire has – I don't really understand that, but it will have to go down as an error.
Let's ask our fans, phone a friend or ask the fans, what do you think? Text us. We'd love to hear from you tonight. 512-522-9105. Again, that SHN text line is open, 512-522-9105.
Well, much as I really never want to give any one of our kids an error, Cole had plenty of time with a good throw. And if you recall from the throw, that's one of the first times he's thrown over the top. Everything else is usually sidearm, sidewinder.
Brings up David Lauder, the center fielder, number 1. Pick attempt over at first. The base runner safe. One away here in the bottom of the 5th. Georgetown leads 4-0. Doggett on first after the error from Cole Posey as it was overturned twice and finally said, okay, you're safe. Next pitch on the way, the first pitch on the way, across the plate for a strike, 0-1. From off the right arm of Brinley.
Second error of the night, charged to your Eagle defense. Facing 8 and 9. Jack needs to bear down right here. Pitch way upstairs.
1-1 even count. The wind may have got under that one. Message coming in from Jim and Judy Childress saying, love our Eagles. Great game. Appreciate being able to watch from Sugarland. We appreciate the Childress family. Jim and Judy, thank you so much for always chiming in. Matt Leishman saying he looked out. Of course, if they call him safe, it's an E6. And another message coming in here. Another fan, we're at 50-50, said safe by very little. Fair call, though. Hey, I agree with that. 2-1. It's a hard one.
Well, it was a bang-bang play. Sometimes that's going to go – it's not going to go your way, a bang-bang play. I really think that Jack got the toe back down.
Brinley on a 2-1. Runner will take off looking for the steal. The bunt is placed and rolls foul at the last moment. That's a good roll there if you're an Eagle fan. Not so good if you're a Hutto fan, because your runner would have been safe over at second.
Well, right now, Colvin trying to just get anything on the board if he can. He's trying to move the runner up. Will face the 9-hitter if Laura can move him over. But right now, he's just trying to scratch on the board. Down 4-0 with 8 outs to go. It's a tough spot to be in.
Bottom of the 5th we are. Brindley on the mound. Didn't like the first 2. Now 3 signals from Hellman, and they're just going to have to reset here. Take a little bit of time. As Brindley was looking for the calls, he shook his head 3 times. He didn't like any 3 of those. They'll get reset here. Now the delivery on the 2-2. Got him across looking for the second out.
Wow.
The pitching domination continues tonight from the right arm of Jack Brindley.
I tell you, Rob, that was an excellent pitch on the inside corner. Again, a pitch that froze Laura. There was nothing he could do. That pitch was inside. He had already you'll see his stride. He was done. He was done.
Takes us to the bottom of the order last, but certainly not least, the left fielder, number 9, Dylan Lee. Lee tonight 0 for 1. He was tagged unassisted at first, back in the 3rd for the second out. The first pitch here on the way. Called a ball, 1-0.
Can't disagree with the Hutto fans. That's seemingly the same pitch that was called a strike to retire Laura. This time called a ball inside.
Kind of a unique setup here, too, is this stadium is split into 3 sections of seating, not just 2. You've got a left side, a right side, and a center side, and so your Hutto fans generally sit to the left and center, and then your visiting fans over to the right. So I guess that's kind of good if you got some folks you don't want to be around from your home team. You just split up. Hard swing around here.
Oh, my word.
Or the first strike. Runner dives back just in the nick of time over to first.
Lee's going to have to step back out and get a little neck massage there. That pitch, he swung with everything he had. I don't think in this ballpark he'd have made it 4-2, but he was sure trying.
1 ball, 1 strike on 2 outs. The delivery on the way. Foul ball.
Wow, way late.
Just in front of the Georgetown Eagle dugout. The count at 1-2 on 2 outs.
Lee way late on that fastball. 1-2 pitch here. Jack's got him set up for the breaking pitch or the hard fastball inside. Either way, Lee's in deep trouble.
Well, Brindley loves the breaking ball. He again shakes his head no, and he likes the second one. Time is called as he'll step off the mound for just a few moments. There's that leadership out there between your pitcher and catcher and all of the fielders for Georgetown. They've had solid leadership throughout their careers here in the Eagle uniform. Brindley's 1-2.
Fastball just off the plate.
2-2. Now do you think he switches to a breaking?
2-2 pitch would be a pitch to throw it, but
we'll see here. Brindley shrugs. Foul tip into the back of the bricks just behind the batter. The count remains 2-2 on 2 outs.
Came a little off speed that Laura just able to get a piece of and foul it back.
Well, the crowd over there at left field is growing behind the fence. You have to start selling tickets over that side of the field. 2-2 on the way. Brindley, the break here.
Yep.
And a wild pitch, and runner will advance into scoring position over to second. You don't see that a lot from Georgetown, especially Brindley.
Yeah, back years ago, we used to play at Howry down at San Gabriel Park. That was always the case down the right field line. As kids always would pull their trucks up back behind the fence. So kind of reminiscent of the old days at San Gabriel Park before we built the new facility.
The payoff pitch for Georgetown's Jack Brindley. Shrugs, right-hand delivery. This one chopped foul, and the battle continues tonight for Dylan Lee.
I'm always glad to see school districts that allow that. Sometimes umpires will clear that out. But that's kids that have come here to watch their team play. I'm always happy to see that. I love the crowds that fill in around the ballpark.
And no trouble, out having fun tonight, watching their classmates. On the next pitch, 3-2. This one chopped over, and David will throw to Siosin. And David getting a little action at third finally tonight for the third and final out in this inning. No runs, no hits. There was 1 error and 1 left on base. We're through 5, top of the 6 coming up. Stay with us, friends. Georgetown Eagle Baseball presented by Courtney Home Inspections will continue on SHN Sports here in just a few moments.
"2019 Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports is presented by Courtney Home Inspections. For all of your home inspection needs, choose Courtney Home Inspections. Visit them online at CourtneyHomeInspection.com. Broadcast also made possible in part by the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Mahan Roofing, Georgetown Jewelry, and Minuteman Press of Georgetown. Thank you for your generous support of Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports.
Welcome back. Georgetown Eagle Baseball on the road live tonight from Hutto, Texas. I'm Rob Hipp alongside my good friend Mr. Dennis Allman as we start things here in the top of the 6th inning. A new pitcher on the mound for the Hippos is number 12, Jason Vogelpohl. Rimbish will finish 5 innings, allowing 4 runs on 7 hits. He struck out 1. Nobody walked. And leading off for Georgetown here in this inning, number 6, the right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson. I believe that's Thompson out there. He's currently in a 2-0 count.
It's Noah. Yes, it is.
Had a lot of information to stab in there real quick before we get started.
He did.
We got to keep the folks updated. We took an extended timeout. 2-0 on the way. This one swung up, popped up into the air. The third baseman, Kelly, going to try to make the grab in foul territory. And just in front of his bullpen, or his dugout, he does for the first out on 2 pitches.
Again, the benefit of the big yard, the distance between the foul lines back to the dugouts, probably a good 60, 70, 80 feet. Ball normally would have been out of play in most parks as routine foul pop-up for out number 1.
For Georgetown, that will bring up 7th in the order, the designated hitter, number 6, Wesley Dixon. He's 1 for 2. After a hit and left stranded at second back in the 4th, he popped one up over to second in the 1st for the first out. First pitch across for a strike, 0-1. Vogelpohl's left-handed delivery. This one hit foul off the first base side. Early count here, 0-2. We saw Jason Vogelpohl come in and courtesy run for Hutto. Now pitching. Foul tip into the back of the concrete and just below the net. The count remains 0-2. Dixon starting a little battle here in his at-bat. Georgetown leads 4-0 here in the top of the 6th inning. The 0-2. Ooh, pulled back. It was too high up. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That pitch has been in the neighborhood of the high strike zone here this evening, so Wesley might have got a good break there.
1-2, chopped over, and that is a base hit. Right between the gap there at third and short. Over to the left, and it rolled up past the infield to the outfield. And that is a 2-strike single right there for Georgetown's Wesley Dixon.
Well known in baseball as a seeing eye base hit. That ball found its way through the infield into left field for a base hit. So here we go again. Eagles with something going with 1 down here in the top of the 6th inning and the 4-0 lead.
Brings up 8th in the order, the second baseman, number 9, Grant Wood. Grant is 0 for 2. First pitch swung on and hit foul way off the first base side, and the wind carried it into the Georgetown bullpen. A 1 delivery. Coming up here for Vogelpohl. Left-handed pitch on the way. Fastball too low to even the count. Aces across the board. When Galen and I see that, we say let's go to Louisiana.
There you go.
We got aces flying, baby.
Aces going.
We'll be in Louisiana. I talked about it. We'll be there next week.
Sitting there
on business. 1-1 delivery off the left hand, swung around and missed, brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes on 1 out.
Eagles with a solid 4-0 lead here in the top of the 6th inning, but would certainly like to add 1 or 2 more just to put more pressure on Hutto.
Well, we say get your insurance papers ready. They've got 4 of them. They need to get a little more here, Dennis, just like you said. This one too far to the outside, evens the count at 2-2 on 1 out.
Wesley with a pretty good lead over at first. I'm a little surprised that Wobush hasn't gone over there. A good 8-9 feet.
Yeah, it's a pretty sizable. This one swung on, and the wind will keep it in, and just in front of the Georgetown dugout, the first baseman Graham ran over there trying to make a grab, but it was just one of those awkward ones in foul territory.
Yeah, if you see this on replay, you'll realize that he thought the ball was almost out of play. He's going hard to the fence, and that ball hits a good 3-4 feet behind him back in play. So Grant with new life here, folks. 2-2 count. This is where you can really demoralize a ball club. Should have been an out, and you get a base hit.
Trying to advance Dixon into scoring position. This one bumbled around over at first and out over at second on the choice. Will reach Grant Wood on the fielder's choice, correct, Dennis?
Yes. The 3-6 ground ball, fielder's choice. Wood safe at first, but Wesley retired on the 3-6 fielder's choice ground ball.
Brings up 9th in the order, the catcher, number 21, Jack Hellman. He's 0 for 2 as he struck out looking back in the second for the 3rd out, then popped to left for the 3rd out back in the 4th. Unfortunately for Georgetown, that was some insurance they needed. Now that runner not in scoring position, and we'll start things back over here on 2 outs.
Well, a ball that was bobbled by Graham, but it recovered nicely to get the force at second. Almost a mistake again that could have given the runners.
This pitch way too far outside. The wind may got a little grab on that one. 1-0 count.
Well, the wind is now blowing dead straight in from center field. The flag is, looking right over second, coming to home plate. And it's tough to get unless you get. It's going to be an out.
The 1-0 pitch off the left hand. This one swung on, foul tip. Evens the count at 1-1 on 2 outs. Again, Georgetown 4-0 here in the top of the 6th inning. On the road in Hutto, Texas tonight, trying to get that 18-5A district crown.
2-1. Yeah, count 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah.
And the count is 2-1. Pitch on the way. This one got him across. Evens the count at 2-2.
Let's see if by any chance, it's tough to do it with a lefty, but maybe Adam on a 2-2. Nope, doesn't put him in motion. Doesn't make any difference.
Yep, swing around and missed here for the 3rd and final out. So Georgetown not able to build any more insurance. They wanted to add something to their policy. They didn't get it here in the top of this 6th inning. In the inning for Georgetown, of course, no runs on 1 hit. There was no errors. They leave 1 on base. We are through 5.5, bottom of the 6th, coming up here on a windy night in Central Texas. I guess you could say the calm before the storm, as the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma, predicting some pretty rambunctious storms tomorrow night. And this is that time of the year where those things happen, and you got to stay alert.
Yeah, and they do. You're absolutely right. They say there's a good storm coming, so see what's going on here. So new kid on the hill for Georgetown. Everything else looks like it stays the same.
Well, we'll step aside and take a break. Stay with us. Eagle Baseball continues in a few moments.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Your Eagles cling to a 4-0 lead. Jack Brindley threw for the night. An outstanding job. We'll wrap things up on him after Reese Grimes, who's now on the mound's first pitch. To Tyler Kelly, the leadoff batter. His chopped foul at the plate. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Jack tonight with 5 strong innings. Credited with giving up 1 hit, although it could be a discussed situation late in the ball game on a ball that was sharply hit through second, but should have been a base hit. So 5 innings of 1-hit baseball, leaves with a 4-0 lead. Reese Grimes' second pitch to Kelly rides outside for a ball. So the count 1 ball and 1 strike now on Tyler Kelly. Kelly 0 for 2, bounced out to Cole Posey at short, both plate appearances. That ball fouled into the Hutto dugout. So the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Your Eagles 6 outs away from a District 18 5A championship if they stand 10-0 in district right now. Only need tonight's victory to clinch the championship. The 1-2 pitch. Oh, just off the plate. Hutto faithful happy, Georgetown faithful not so. 2-2 now. Reese Grimes again on the hill for your Eagles. Everything else the same. Outfield straight away, left, center, and right. Ball chopped back to the mound. Reese on the quick 1-3 putout. Retires Tyler Kelly.
A good job there by Reese Grimes. Good to see him out there on the mound. Of course, he had the big game in the playoffs last year where Georgetown was facing some dangerous teams as play went on. Dennis, thank you for getting that first batter for me. We had a little internet outage for a minute. We got it fixed.
All right, sounds good.
So we are back in action. Thank you, folks. Sorry about the glitch there. Brings up second in the order, the shortstop, number 2, Kyler Curlin, who is 0 for 2. Both of his have been pop-ups to left and center, respectively, in the first and the fourth. The first pitch to the left-handed batter, called inside for a strike, 0-1. Yeah, and we talked about it before we went into this inning on the second one here. Got him again. Reese, such a great pitcher. And my favorite style of pitching is that submarine sidearm.
Well,
Jack, we're talking about Jack Engelman a couple of years ago. He's still by far my favorite pitcher. No, I love all the kids, don't get me wrong, but I just love that style of pitching. And anytime I see it, this one hit foul way out there, 0-2 count. But as far as just that style, I love all the kids, but that style, I love his style the most is what I meant to say. It's just awesome.
A lot of deception for a hitter, and Reese has painted the outside corner on 3 pitches, 2 call strikes and a foul.
Got the next one here, chopped right over. Reese can't get the grab, but look at it. It's Cole Posey over to Seosin. Wow, the fielding play continues tonight for the second out. Oh, baby.
And the play by Cole Posey, folks, on the little drop-down sidearm throw, kind of reminiscent of Reese Grimes on the pitch. Gets the job done on the 6-3 ground ball.
That would have been a hard one for Reese. He was looking at it, and it bounced right through him. Cole Posey doing what he's supposed to do there at short and does it better than nobody here in Central Texas. Over to Jackson for the first out, or second out.
Second out, yeah.
Third in the order, the right fielder. This one popped way up into the air. Center fielder Wyatt Childress getting a little action now, and he'll hand it off. He says, you know what, Thompson, why don't you grab that one for me? And so we'll pop that one up over to right for the third out. That time, a quick 3 up, 3 down. Reese Grimes coming in, taking care of business right off the bat. You talked about him painting the base. He did it on those plays, painting that plate.
Absolutely he did. And the interesting thing, again, to me is that Babb jumped on the first pitch. I would certainly think Hutto, down to their last few outs in this ball game, would simply be trying to take some pitches, work the count a little bit. They're swinging first pitch, so results in an out for your Eagles. Top of the 7th inning and a 4-0 lead. Rob, on the cusp of the 18-5A district championship.
Georgetown looking to continue things here in the top of the 7th, as Dennis just said, 4-0. Georgetown with the lead on the road. And on the mound, I believe that's a new pitcher now. So Vogelpohl will be out. He'll only go through 1 inning, does Vogelpohl. In that 1 inning, he'll allow 1 hit, no runs. He strikes out 1. And the new pitcher on the mound, I believe that's number 9.
I'll need him to turn around because he got out there a little bit too quick, because I actually didn't think he was going to the mound. I thought he was crossing to right field, and Yeah, folks who know me well know that I have a number of superstitions about this ball game. Number one, of course, of all is you never talk about a no-hitter anywhere in the ball game. But when you're on the cusp of a district championship, I'm a countdown of outs guy. I count them down. Eagles are 3 outs away, folks, from that all-impressive 11-0 district record and the district championship.
That's Dylan Lee out there on the mound now, so that will replace someone over at left. There's no number on the front.
Yeah, so Lee came from.
And there's the scoreboard behind us on the softball field. It looks like Georgetown, if that's them playing, has a 6-0 lead. That one in the 6th. Lady Eagles taking care of business. That's number 12 over there at left field. And so Vogelpohl will move over to left.
Vogelpohl goes out there.
As he should.
Well, during the national anthem, I counted the number of players that they had, and they only had 6 kids left on the chalk. So, told me real quickly they don't have a lot of kids, so kids are going to stay in the ball game.
Leading off, top of the 7th, Georgetown leads 4-0. Top of the order, we are the third baseman, number 7, Jeffrey David. As Lee gets the first pitch, and a tattoo shop opens up right away the third time tonight. The ink is running out as David will reach on the hit by pitch.
Second time he's been hit by a pitch. I was going to say after his at bat, hoping that he got a base hit, but he didn't. That's one of the few times that I've not seen him come away with a base hit. He's 0 for 2 tonight, but 2 hit by pitches count just the same as a base hit.
Second in the order, the center fielder, number 13, Wyatt Childress. Wyatt scored 2 runs here today, and he is 2 for 3. Been on base, though, perfect. 3 for 3 on base this afternoon. First pitch to him's a ball, 1-0 early count on Wyatt Childress.
Certainly helps that on base percentage. 2 for 3, 666 is not too bad a night, but on base 3 times, that's as good as it gets.
1-0 count here on Georgetown's right-handed batter, Wyatt Childress. On the mound is Lee for the Hippos. A right-handed pitch, fastball, time is called before the delivery. It won't count. The count remains 1-0 on no outs.
Wow.
Again, that runner out there at first for Georgetown is David Dennis.
Good lead at first.
Oh, swung on and missed here. 1-1 even count.
Watt had a notion right there. That was about all he had in the tank with that swing. The Eagles playing a little bit close to the vest right now with the 4-0 lead. Can certainly play add-on here.
What's the rule here at the high school level? It's a 4-run. If you come in, is that a save, but it's only the last inning? How does that work, Dennis?
3.
It's a 3-run?
Usually it's 3-run.
And on the last inning? Or does it matter? That one hit foul, 1 and 2 count.
This has not been a
it's not a safe situation for Grimes.
Yeah, really hadn't been a safe situation for Grimes.
Because he can be called a closer, can he? If he comes in.
He can be called a closer. Oh, certainly. Yeah, he closed the ball game.
Hopefully we'll see him back out here. I'm sure we will in the bottom of this inning. Georgetown, though, trying to get some insurance runs here. 2-2 count with the runner on first is David.
Yeah, this purely is Jack Brindley's ball game tonight, folks. As I believe you said he had 6 wins, so going for win number 7 tonight. Not looking down at my sheet either.
Another time called here as Childress steps back, facing a 2-2 on no outs with a runner at first. His team leading 4-0 here in what could be the final frame. Of course, Hutto will get an opportunity to bat as well here in the 7th. Next pitch too high and a payoff pitch here. Second batter for Lee. The first one hit by pitch, and now Wyatt Childress in a payoff pitch situation. The 3-2. Too low and reached on a walk. That'll put David in scoring position, and Childress will reach on a walk.
Real nice night for Wyatt Childress as he reaches base for the 4th time tonight. And Cole Posey now with a chance to add some insurance for your Eagles.
Well, I know we're still pretty far away, but it's making our SHN Sports players of the game a little tricky tonight. That's what's great about any given night. You can pick almost any kid on the field for Georgetown. We like to talk to as many of them as we can. A lot of times we'll pick 2 if there's 2 of them out there that have done great, and we never single anyone out. We just go through the stat line and the sheet, and that's how we come up with it. 0-1 count here on Cole Posey, who has had a phenomenal game as well.
Well, when you come into a night like tonight on a chance to win the district championship, you can't ever take it away sometimes from the young man that starts on the hill. In one hit, perhaps, maybe not even that one hit of Brindley tonight. It's an outstanding job by Jack Brindley again.
Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Jack's job was to put zeros on the board. He did that. Reese came in and did an excellent job in his own right.
Yeah, we may be talking to two pitchers or a Brindley Cole Posey tonight. I'm trying to think who we've talked to this season. I don't think we've talked to Reese this season.
Well, I know White's had a good night at the plate.
We could just pick them all.
Yeah, I've been a real
We'll
catalyst.
be here all night. 1-2 on the way. This one too low to even the count at 2-2.
White's been a real catalyst tonight in tonight's ball game, scoring that first run. And if it holds up like it is right now, White's one run was enough to win this ball game. So you're right. You could look around the diamond, and Cole Posey, I counted a while ago, 4 outstanding plays at shortstop.
2-2 chopped over. Cole Posey looking for the double play here, and Cole Posey, did he get over to first, or is the double play good? I think it is a double play.
Double play is good, yep.
Well, look at that one on the replay. Great field work on the 6-4 and the 4-3 for the double play.
6-4, 4-3 double play. But Childress to third. Ty Tilson with a chance to drive him home. Eagles would love to add one more. Nothing wrong with the at bat by Cole Posey. Hit it on a button, but right at Curlin. It's short.
Rings up Ty Tilson. 2 outs. Tilson here having a good game as well. He's only been on base once, but he does have 2 RBIs. 2 high upstairs here, 1-0 early count. A 1-0 pitch on the way.
Get out of here. Get out of play, ball.
That one way out of play in foul territory. 1-1. Yeah, we also, it was literally lights out for Georgetown on Friday as Cole Posey lined one right into the lights and broke the glass.
Really?
It was raining glass in Cedar Creek.
I guess that would make him the natural, if you remember the movie The Natural.
1-1 on 2 outs, too far, and a wild pitch here. Runner's going to have to come back over. That's actually David over at third base.
Yeah,
David's at third.
Yeah, in the movie The Natural, Roy Hobbs smashed it into the lights. So
Ty Tilson, a 2-1 count. His team leading the Eagles 4-0 here in the top of the 7th. Things have slowed down tremendously here in this final frame. The 2-1 delivery. Foul tip into the back of the fence. Battling, staying alive here is Georgetown's Ty Tilson, 2-2.
Well, the 2-run spot that Georgetown put up in the 5th inning was very demoralizing for Hutto, and their demeanor has been down since that point.
Lee, 2-2, right-handed delivery. Too close inside, payoff pitch coming up. 3-2 here on Tilson.
Pitch was up and in just a little bit too, but stayed inside as well.
Jackson Seosin patiently waiting on deck. If a hit is made, and a hit here would surely score. 3-2, low in the dirt. And runners on the corners now on the walk, so the 2-out walk, Tilson over at first, and Jeffrey David on that hot corner over at third. And it does give Jackson Seosin an opportunity here to try to bring in one and get a little more insurance. They could use it, even though they're up 4-0. You never know, and Hutto's a good team.
Yeah, and as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, Hutto's going to be sending up 4, 5, and 6. So a little insurance would never hurt right here at all.
Swing and a miss on the first one. Georgetown stills over to second and plenty of time. Runners now both in scoring position. Tilson over to second. David at third. And the Eagles 0-1, Jackson Seosin. 2 outs.
2-out base hit here would be huge.
Opportunity to bring 2 in. Looks at the second one, though, for a strike. 0-2 count on Jackson Seosin. And for Lee, who struggled, if he can retire this batter, that would give him a little confidence here. Lee looks down, right-handed delivery. Foul tip, staying alive into the back of the net. The count remains 0-2.
Good job by Jackson right there just to fight a pitch off that was a little bit off the plate, but there's been some called strikes out there tonight, so can't really take that pitch. You've got to do something with it, and he fouled it off, did a good job.
Next delivery, this one hit hard, foul, non-catchable, may bounce on. Bounces just behind the Georgetown Eagle dugout. Well, staying alive here is Jackson Seosin.
Shoot one into right center field here for a couple of insurance runs if he could.
Sometimes we have the microphone down in the Eagle dugout. We didn't have a chance to put it down there today. It's always a lot of fun to hear them down there. 0-2, 2 high upstairs, 1-2. We had a mic over at St. Edwards. We picked up some mic noise over in NCAA Division II. I was calling a game just a few days ago, and the kids were acting like it was a video game. They said, "Coach, the game froze. The game froze. Reset it." It's kind of funny to hear them, just some of the chatter in those dugouts. 1-2. Swung on here. This one may be catchable in foul. Torrey in play up into the air, and the third baseman not able to make the grab. That would have been a hard one for Graham again. That's 2 that he hasn't been able to grab.
Yeah, that's 2 times that Graham never looked up. He never looked for the ball. He went to a spot and then looked up and was 7 or 8 feet off the play. That was very catchable right there. I'm not sure how Ricky Graham misjudged that.
See it on the replay here. Again, as you said, it just didn't look up, and you were right. Look at that.
Yeah, he just overran it again. He did the same thing on the ball foul behind the dugout just a moment ago. Like he's not seeing the ball in the lights or something, but you give Jackson this many opportunities and he's going to just rock one off the wall.
1-2 count, Jackson Seosin, and a rabbit on the field. Run, rabbit, run. The rabbit making his way to right. And now in foul territory, over to the corner.
Well, that's something that
and under the fence he goes and out of the park.
Hutto looks for anything they can to disrupt you, so they let the rabbit loose.
Run, rabbit, run.
Let the rabbit loose.
Well, Jackson Seosin wants to let the rabbit loose here on a 1-2. It's low, and it'll bring it to an even count at 2-2.
Continuing to give Jackson new life here. Just have a good feeling that something good's going to happen. Little Rabbit says, "I can't get out of here." So what's all this green stuff on the fence?
2-2 count on 2 outs. Seosin trying to bring runners at 3-2 in. His team leading 4-0. The pitch on the way. Seosin foul tip, staying alive. The battle continues for Action Jackson.
Good job right there by Jack to foul that pitch off. Again, a pitch just on the outside corner, couldn't take it, but couldn't hit it, so he fouled it off. Good piece of hitting.
Georgetown ranked number 1 in the Texas high school baseball polls. 2 now in the coaches poll. On the 2-2 pitch, Seosin again foul, way behind his team's dugout off the first base side. My goodness. Haven't seen this long of an at-bat in quite some time.
Well, this is a good 7, 8, 9 pitch at bat by Seosin.
Well, he knows what's at stake here with those 2 runners on.
9 pitches, 1 rabbit. Anything else could happen.
2-2 low. Brings it to a payoff at 3-2. Jackson, a good eye on the ball.
Yeah, I was looking, just quickly looking at there are 5 teams in the top 25 that are going to come out of Region 3. So
wow,
Georgetown has their hands full when we get to the playoffs.
The 3-2 payoff on the way. Jackson will rip this one over to short, making the grab, throws to first, and that'll do it for the 3rd out. Good 6-3 field work there for Hutto. It was Curlin over to Graham. In that inning for Georgetown, no runs. No hits either. A bunch of walks there, no errors, but the kind of deflating number. They leave 2 on base.
Been an interesting night tonight. We've probably seen the 2 best shortstops in District 18-5A, and our own Cole Posey and Kyler Curlin. 2 outstanding shortstops, just as fluid as you can be. Reese back out to try to nail it down.
Well, I had a chance to hang out in Hutto before the game, although I didn't know, some of the construction going on as they're doing some work on the grain towers and all that new district down there. So had a chance to cruise downtown. Just a beautiful city here in Hutto, Texas, Dennis. As you walk around, things have changed. There's the new City Hall building, with a lot of revenue coming into the city now through the growth and the businesses that have been here. And it's just areas that are transformed now. And then, of course, you can't forget about the Texan Cafe and the big cow on top.
Oh, well known here in Hutto. But, over the last probably 10 years, Hutto's exploded. Just exploded. I spent many years working for county government here, so I was here in Hutto a lot and watched these changes. Beautiful city now, beautiful city.
Of course, the trains that roll all the way to Hearn. There's a view of the high school, and just a beautiful city. We always love being here. Back in action tonight. Credit David England for the idea on telling me, go out and get some roll here. Bottom of the 7th. First pitch from Grimes on the way. Got him for a strike. Grimes continuing.
Looking to close it out for your Eagles.
As we move back to Luke Bannister here. Swung here, 0-2. Georgetown 3 outs away from taking the 18-5A crown. Of course, we'll have post-game discussion after this one. I'll have to run down there quickly. And I'm still trying to figure out. I would love to talk to Reese. I know that Brindley had a great game. We talked to him the other night. I don't think he would mind.
You talking about Jack?
Yeah. I like to kind of switch it up a little bit.
Well, Reese has come in and done a nice job. He got the outs there, the 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. He's got Bannister down, 1 and 2 here. But the effort Brindley gave tonight, again, just a spectacular night. Yep, that's strike 3.
Got him there for the next one, looking for the first out. See it on the replay.
It seemed to me as if almost there was some hesitation from our plate umpire, if you'll watch it right here, as if to say, at this ball game, I'm going to give him that pitch. But it went our way because that's there. That pitch is right there.
Yeah, it did take some time.
Yeah, I always look at Hellman, how quickly he pops up. There's not any question.
Graham will hit this one over to right, chasing it down is Thompson. He'll slide and has the grab for the second out. Georgetown 1 out away.
To face the big DH again.
That's Gage Bame out there. Definitely want to talk to Cole Posey because of that Distinguished Jack Frost Award. That'd be kind of neat to get his idea on that, especially after the game tonight. Swung on and missed here to Bame. The first one, 0-1 count. And the wind is starting to pick up too.
Yeah, it has been blowing straight in for the last 3 innings, center field.
The 0-1, too close to the inside here, brings the count to 1-1 even. Next one a ball, 2-1 count.
If the Eagles prevail here, Hutto anxiously waiting to see what Elgin does tonight, because a win by Elgin tonight ties them for second place in district, and they're both 1-1. So
Grimes 2-1, too close to the inside, brings it to a 3-ball, 1 count, 2 out strike, or 2 out count.
Yeah.
2 out, yeah. Getting all over the place here. When it starts getting late, start getting hungry, I start thinking about Whataburger.
The stop on the way home.
3-1, and Reese walked him. Well, we may talk to Brindley. Reese can finish this out, though. We know that he can. Great young man. I was hoping that we could just go bang, bang, bang here. He'll have to work through one more. The second baseman, number 14, Grayson Doggett. That's your second run at home plate here in the bottom of the 7th. Grimes trying to find his rhythm. The pitch on the way. Too close to the inside and losing his rhythm here.
Well, all of a sudden the strike zone has gotten a little bit smaller in trying to put this game away.
Pick attempt over at first. The base runner's safe. Yeah, I think we go back and look at the numbers. We've got to talk to, even though we talked to him recently, it's hard to pass up what Jack Brindley did on the mound tonight against a very quality Hutto team.
Yeah, this is the number 2 team in the district coming in with a team that was playing for all the marbles. They were playing for everything tonight. And right now, Jack can't, just flat shut the door. And Reese, outside of, as you said a moment ago, losing a little bit of focus here, has done a fabulous job since he came in. But Brindley shut the door.
Yeah, Reese went through 5 quickly. Struggling a bit here on the last 2 batters. Great young man. Brindley will talk things over with him and said, let's get this one over with, young man. Of course, Reese's father, his mother, outstanding, awesome folks in the Georgetown area. Reagan and Keisha. Love those 2 folks, as everyone in Georgetown, just great people. And Reagan instrumental, along with other dads, helping make our platforms possible this year for our new video camera angles. Now he gets back into rhythm, gets this one across the corner for a strike, 2-1.
Coach Brindley just came out right and said, hey, just throw strikes. We're up 4-0. Just throw strikes.
The 2-1, chopped over.
Could be it.
David makes the field over to Siosin, and that'll do it.
That's it.
Georgetown, your 18-5A district champions with 1 game left. And they'll face Hutto back in Georgetown on Thursday. Your final 4-0. As I'll make my way down, I'll talk things over with Jack Brindley and Georgetown's Cole Posey. And I'll leave it up here with you if you want to chat for a little bit, and then I'll give a thumbs up once I get down there and take it away from there, if that sounds good, Mr. Dennis.
That'll work for me. I'll wait till I see your signal down there, and I'll bring folks a little bit up to date as your Eagles are about to get ready to for the playoffs. We've got a Thursday night ball game coming in at our home park, so our fans want to get out there and welcome their District 18-5A champions into the ballpark as soon as they get there Thursday night.
I'll go ahead and make my way over there. Dennis, I forgot I unplugged it because I didn't want it going through the wrong way. So
there you go.
I'll head down there. I'll let you keep chatting, partner.
All right. Thank you very much. You just thumbs up when you're ready, and I'll bring our folks a little bit up to date as your Eagles have come away with a 4-0 victory here tonight at Hutto Hippo Field, where they, with 4 runs on 8 hits, they did commit a couple of errors, but nothing that hurt. Throughout the night, team gathering right now over around first base. Still a team that district championships are always important, but one of the things is that you don't get too excited as you're getting ready to go. So a good cheer coming up from along the first base line there as your Georgetown coaches and players have gathered to congratulate themselves. So, folks, again, I want to remind you, it's a Thursday night ball game with Good Friday coming up. I want to remind you to be there Thursday night to welcome this ball club back home, as they're going to come home with a district championship, having come into the visiting ballpark here tonight and got the job done. We're waiting just momentarily before we go down to Rob, as he's going to talk to a couple of our players. Your Eagles still with a couple of ball games left to go here in the season. Thursday night's ball game, of course, a home game where they'll come in 11-0 in district, 27-2-1 on the season. They're gathering around first base right now to get some pictures taken by the moms and some of the fans. And then next week, we'll have an opportunity to play Leander. A little series with Leander Rouse, who leads District 17-5A. So right now, if the season ended the way it is, your Eagles would most likely face the Cedar Park Timberwolves, who are sitting in 4th place right now in District 17-5A. So that would be their first opponent. I'm looking at Rob right now, waiting for a thumbs up as he's gathering players around him. Coach Brindley. Coach Brindley talking to some of the fans right now, and I'll go over to Rob.
Dennis, can you hear me okay up there? He's got the point over to me. We'll first talk to Georgetown Eagle co-player of the game, Posey. Cole, man, tonight, you know, Childress putting up some great numbers as well. He was on base all 4 times. You were 2 for 4. You scored 2 runs, though. We picked you tonight along with Jack Brindley. Your field work has been phenomenal. Congratulations, by the way, district champions here in 18-5A. Talk about this game against a very tough Hutto team.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It was a really fun game for sure, no doubt about it. This has kind of been the game we've been looking forward to all district. And we're finally here, and we couldn't wait to play. We were chomping at the bit. But, yeah, it's been a lot better hitting behind. I say a lot better. It's been great having Wyatt back, and it's been a lot of fun hitting behind him.
Well, man, you know, a lot of times you'll hear announcers say, oh, a routine 6-3 ground out. There's nothing routine about the way that you've been slinging the ball. Talk about just some of the preparation that you take into each game, because some of those plays out there, man, let's be honest, phenomenal the way you're able to field that ball and the sportsmanship you have alongside your first baseman, Jackson Siosen. Talk about that, Co.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. This morning I was up at the school before my first class, taking some ground balls with Coach Foster, getting a little extra work in because I wasn't feeling quite right. But looks like it paid off tonight, so it's always worth it. And Jackson's done a great job at first base. So,
final 2 questions here. Wanted to pick you tonight too. Recently named the Jack Frost Citizen of the Month. Talk about that. What a great honor. I know when I was in high school, man, I was like, man, that is such an honor. I never got it. You did. Talk about it, man.
Yeah, that was a huge honor. I'm really excited I got to represent our school with the male Jack Frost Citizen of the Month, so that was a huge honor. Really excited about that.
Awesome. Finally, camera way up there tonight on you. Mickey's up there waving at you. Who do you want to send a shout-out to? A little love tonight from Georgetown, Texas, your 18-5A champion. Come on, man.
I'll send a big shout-out to Jack Brindley, the starting pitcher. Big shout-out to the parents, the coaching staff, and then Jesus Christ.
Awesome, man. Let's give it up one more time. Cole Posey, appreciate you, young man. Congratulations. As we will quickly talk things over with Georgetown pitcher, Mr. Jack Brindley. Jack, man, last week pitching the no-hitter, and then tonight only allowing 1 hit through 5 innings. Reese coming in, taking care of business for you. Took out those 5 right away, struggled on that last one, but then regained the composure. 18-5A champions, man, against a very tough and competitive Hutto team. Talk about it tonight, man.
I mean, it was a great time. We knew it from the beginning that we were going to make a good long run, and we were going to clinch this title and keep the legacy going. So, I mean, it's been awesome. And really, this team has just held together great and competed as a team awesome.
25-0 now, going back to last year, back-to-back district champions. What's going through your mind as a Georgetown Eagle?
I mean, hopefully I'm just going to leave that legacy for the people behind me. And, yeah, I want to keep that win streak going and keep it going for the underclassmen, just like the older guys did for us. Just expectation of winning and success.
You talk about earlier, too, and just wanted to bring this up, your breaking ball. You've been working on it throughout the season. Tonight with the win behind you, talk about your pitching and what it was for you out here on the mound.
Yeah, I mean, tonight I really just dominated with my fastball, and I throw my breaking ball when I wanted to get them off balance, but there was a couple that were 40-foot breaking balls when I needed to get them all the way there, but I'm just needing to refocus on it and get it as deadly as it was last week.
Awesome. How does it sound, or how does it feel? I know you want more. You guys haven't been complacent. 18-5A champion. How does that sound?
Sounds great to me.
Awesome. Finally, camera right there, Mickey on you. Who do you want to send a shout-out to? A little love tonight from Hutto Country.
Of course, my mom and my brother Rhino, my strength guy, Coach Hurd, and Braxton Pearson for warming up the left fielder, and Adam J. Brindley.
Coach Foster's giving you some shout-outs back there. He said don't forget.
And my girlfriend, Jalen Knight. Thank you very much.
There you go, man. Well, hey, Jack Brindley, our co-player of the game, great job on the mound tonight and all season, and your 18-5A district champion. We'll quickly bring up Coach Adam Foster. Coach, congratulations on another district crown. Now, as we go back to last year, 25-0 in district play. I know things are just getting started, though, now. And this team tonight, you got to be honest, a very tough Hutto team, but you find a way again to shut out another team. And again, the pitching is phenomenal. Talk about that, Coach.
Yeah, man, our pitching has absolutely carried us. When you give up 1 hit and no runs, and all you got to do is figure out how to score 1, we're going to win a lot of baseball games doing that. So very proud of Jack, and Reese came in and did what he was supposed to. And man, we're still not fully clicking on all cylinders, but when we do, watch out, it's going to be good.
We talk about Cole Posey there at the shortstop position. Also a great honor for him as the Jack Frost Citizen of the Month. There's nothing routine about the way he's having to field balls and still finding a way to throw those daggers over to Seosin at first. Talk about his play. And then also tonight, Wyatt Childress getting on base every time he got up to bat. It was a great game for him. It's hard to pick a couple of guys tonight.
Man, I'll tell you what, having Wyatt back in the lineup has stretched our lineup. And, man, it's really dangerous when, you know, you're 7, 8, and 9 guys. We're sitting at 6 and 7 or an 8, and then having Wyatt back stretches everybody out, puts Seosin down the 5-hole. It makes our lineup really, really dangerous. You don't get to let up and go, hey, the 7, 8, 9's up. So it's it's been really good. Our defense, man, it's our pitching and defense has been our backbone. Will always be our backbone because you can't win without it. So our object is to put pressure on their defense and force them to make more mistakes than ours, and that's how we win baseball games.
Coach, 3 final games before we head into playoff season. Of course, 1 final district game. That'll be versus Hutto at Georgetown on Thursday, and then those 2 games versus Rouse. But I have to ask you, man, Saturday you faced the number 2 team in 6A on their home field and defeated Lake Travis. How happy were you with that game, and what was going through the minds of your kids? That was a very tough and competitive ball club and an impressive victory.
Yeah, man, our kids showed up and ready to play, man. We took that on as a challenge. Lake Travis was like number 1 in the country in some polls, and, you know, we just took that on as a challenge, and we went and played a good baseball game.
Well, Coach, you can't get complacent. You talk about that. I know that you don't. You guys coach the kids to know that every game is 0-0. Tonight, I was trying to bring some good luck to you. It worked out, I believe, because Dennis Allman, we brought him tonight. So we got him out of the PA, and he's colored tonight. So appreciate it, Coach.
Rocking that sweet hat, too, aren't you, Dennis?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Awesome. We'll let you go and celebrate with the team. Coach, appreciate you. Congratulations so far on another great season. Well, Dennis, as we just talked to Coach, one thing about the Georgetown Eagles, they don't get complacent, Dennis. They continue what they do. They treat every game that it's 0-0, and tonight it showed up again against a very tough and capable Hutto Hippo team. You got to give your hats off to Hutto. Again, we appreciate the hospitality of folks here, but tonight it's Georgetown's night. We'll see if they can do it again on Thursday. I'll send it back up to you, Dennis.
All right, Rob, thank you very much. Great job at the plate there with Jack Brindley, Cole Posey, and, of course, our head coach, Adam Foster. Congratulations to Adam, to Coach Brindley, and as well as Coach Vieira, Dusty and Jordan, 2 outstanding assistant coaches along with Adam Foster. So, folks, once again, your Eagles have gotten the job done here at Hippo Field here tonight, where they nailed down the 18 5A District Championship. A district record now of 11-0 with 1 district game still to go. A 27-2-1 record on the year. They are number 1 in Texas high school baseball right now in 5A, and preparing themselves for 1 more district game against the Hippos. As Rob just told you a moment ago, they will be here at our park on Thursday night. A lot of wind blowing right now, so you might hear a little bit of static. But a lot of wind blowing here at the park as we are sitting outside. But you need you to turn out, folks, Thursday night. I know it's a Thursday before Good Friday. A lot of people may be gone, but you need to turn out to welcome these kids home as they bring home that district championship. And then have a couple of games next week against Rouse and a tune-up for the district playoffs. As Rouse is the district leader right now, also undefeated over in District 17 5A. Good to have Rob back in the booth, if you will. Oh.
Well, Dennis, you didn't know I was going to put you on camera tonight.
No,
so,
I didn't know that.
Sometimes here on SHN you get surprises. I wanted to tell you on camera, appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for being here tonight.
It's been a joy to be here. I have loved being up here with you. Been an exciting night. No better place to be than at a Georgetown High School baseball game when they win a district championship. So thank you for the opportunity to be here with you.
You bet, partner. You know, we've seen a lot of good games over the years, and Georgetown here poised to make a good run in the playoffs. But as I kept saying, you know, the kids can't get complacent. They won't. We'll see what happens on Thursday, trying to close out the season and go undefeated. I just talked to a fan down there because I said, you know, Georgetown's only allowed 4 runs all season. I said they put up well over 70. they've actually put up over 90 runs compared to only allowing 4. That is unbelievable, Dennis.
His pitching staff has just been outstanding. With Jack tonight, gently getting that Tuesday night start. Christian coming in, Murphy coming back again on the second start at the tail end of the week. Both kids throwing exceptional ball games. Defensively, playing lights out defense. They are poised. They are ready. Region semis in a tight series last year got knocked out against Kingwood Park, but I think they're ready to take that step. That next step is all the way to state. I feel confident right now. They feel it. They know they're playing that kind of ball. We'll see what happens, but I tell you what, I'd take my Georgetown Eagles anywhere they go right now. I'm telling you.
Well, you'll be in the box on the PA on Thursday, correct?
I will be there on Thursday night. Yes, sir, I will be.
Well, great. We're looking forward to that. Looking forward to Georgetown with another victory here tonight, shutting out the Hutto Hippos. Dennis, I'll give you one final opportunity. Any closing remarks before we sign off here tonight?
Always congratulations to, again, Coach Foster, Coach Brindley, Coach Vieira, and to this entire Eagle Ball Club. This group of kids right now focused 27-2-1, 11-0 in district. That's just almost perfection. It's almost as good as it gets. Number 1 in the state, 5A. Proved it again tonight that they are a force to be reckoned with. So, again, it was a joy to be here with you. Can't wait to get back Thursday night. Can't wait to see a good crowd there. To welcome this team in.
Absolutely.
But with that, I'll throw it back to you.
Yeah,
but again,
it.
thank you for the opportunity to be
You
here.
bet, man.
And what a joy. And I look forward to seeing you in your rightful place on Thursday night.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'll be in my rightful place on Thursday night.
We'll throw you a wireless headset over
there.
there
You go.
across the
There
wall.
you go. I'll get a word in every once in a while. I'll come in and ask you what
There you
happened.
go.
How's
Yeah,
that sound?
yeah, that sounds good.
Again, thank you. Back to you.
You bet. Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of our staff here at SHN Sports. On behalf of Nathan Height, Dennis Allman, and Mickey Holden, I'm Rob Hipp. Again, your final score tonight, Georgetown victorious 4-0 here against a very tough and capable Hutto Hippo team. Action will continue with the final game of district play on Thursday. That game scheduled for a 7 p.m. first pitch. We'll have the coverage starting at 6:50. And then the final 2 games of the regular season in non-district play as Georgetown will play Rouse, a 1-1, 1 there, 1 away. We will not have those games on SHN. The Rouse away game will be on SHN courtesy of Michael Francis and Mr. Scott Mount. Well, friends, as I end every broadcast tonight, especially want to remind you, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. Somebody out there tonight needs you. Again, Georgetown, your 5A back-to-back district champions. Until Thursday night, good night and God bless from Hutto, Texas. Thank you to all the Hutto folks as well. We appreciate Bryce and many others in the booth. Thank you for your hospitality. Good night once again. God bless from Hutto.
Partner, enjoyed it. Yes, sir.
Hey,
How you doing? Well, got back on this side.
Listen to that one.
Yeah, I got.
The 2019 Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports is presented by Courtney Home Inspections. For all of your home inspection needs, choose Courtney Home Inspections. Visit them online at CourtneyHomeInspection.com. Broadcast also made possible in part by the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Mahan Roofing, Georgetown Jewelry, and Minuteman Press of Georgetown. Thank you for your generous support of Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports.